I am live. I am live. I am live. Hey, and there's Doc. Doc, it's so good to see you. Wonderful video, Doc. It's always fun to check out your videos. Hope you're doing well tonight, Doc. What's shaking up in the Canada? What's happening there? The event of the century. Coming right up, folks. Oh, are you cutting your hair, Doc? Yeah, I'm very curious about this, Doc, myself. So we'll see what happens. I gotta pull up my YouTube pop-up video. You know how that goes. There I am, and then I have to do the pause, kill the audio. So just 1 second. Just 1 second. I'll be there. Hey Doc, you're gonna get that record player in an extra car. So I sent Doc a link to this really cool website, a new record player, and the record player is in the just slide. Okay, I think it looks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So much for me to and StreamYard at the same time. But that's okay. It all can just mimic. Am I back? Craziness, 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 crazy. I love StreamYard. Am I back? Oh, I am back. Crazy. I love StreamYard. I love YouTube. I love my computer, and I really love it when everything happens. Let's see. So I think Joe, here goes. Click on that, Joe, and I'll take you to the moon. There we go. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Hey Tanner, how are you? Hey Adam, hey Tom, hey Jill, hey Marv, hey Mr. Blood Vessel. I said hey to the doc. Yeah. 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 So it's a beautiful night here in Raleigh. I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina, and folks, it's gorgeous. It's cold though, but it's gorgeous. Hey, Day Tripper. Hey, Wink. Um, so Joe, I'm here. Are you here? You're going to click on the chat. Doc, what you drinking tonight? Here he comes.
Should be.
Welcome to Record Crate.
Oh, hello. I'm on finally, eh? Maybe. I see myself up
You are
there.
on.
Okay. Yep.
Long time watching, first time live.
I just have a delay because I do this all the time. I look at my laptop screen. I always tell everybody I'm using my phone as the camera thing, but I look down here at my laptop to read the comments, so I'm kind of behind on the laptop and regular time on the phone. It's kind of new to me.
Yeah, there is some lag with StreamYard.
Yep. Okay, so here we go.
So what's shaking?
Well, I had a wonderful day at my record store. I was off today, and I went to my record store, and I picked up amazing stuff there. This was one of those days where I really spent a ton of money. That some of it I should have spent, some of it I shouldn't have spent.
It's just an investment.
Well, and I'm showing people some of the things that I got. I was surprised because, I had bought some records. I'll show you. Let me show you. I mean, that's what we're here for a lot, right? Records and things. Let me show you some things here.
Absolutely.
Got my bag here. Oh boy. Okay. Well, we got Little Town Flirt, Del Shannon.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Which is nice. There's going to be some Beatles stuff in here, related stuff, but then I got like Buddy Knox album with has Party Doll on it.
Good rockabilly there.
I'm trying to put everything, but also got another Del Shannon album, the one that has Runaway on it. And these are originals, really, I think. So they weren't cheap.
Absolutely. So Runaway is their first recording to use a solo box.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which is considered the very first synthesizer ever made.
Oh, what a small world. People are joining us. I got Chuck Berry, more Chuck Berry. I'm trying to get into the camera. More Chuck Berry, which is a nice album on Chess Records. Here's Bill Haley and the Comets. Bill Haley and the Comets. These are all in great shape. And some other stuff to it. There's the rest is like Beatles-related stuff, but I'll kind of save that for my channel. I'll show one weird one. This one here is pretty unusual. John Lennon promo for Happy Christmas and Beautiful Boy, 12-inch. Just kind of unusual. And, anyway, so I spend my money on that stuff, and I'm leaving the store, and my store owner asks me, and Corey, the two guys, says, what are you doing tonight? And I said, well, I'm going to go online. I'm going to try to order some more of those Paul McCartney Archive CD Deluxe sets. And he says, why didn't you say so? I got him here. New. Somebody, sold them to me. It's a collection. I'm like, are you kidding? Which ones you got? And he shows me. And first, he didn't tell me also, though, that he's got George Harrison Living in a Material World box set, which I never even knew was out there, I don't think. That was a surprise. Then I was able to actually pick up a second copy of the Sgt. Pepper 50th box because I had sold my original one.
Oh wow.
Believe it or not, out of desperation when I had hurt my shoulder and I wasn't working for a little bit. But now I got it back. And then the archives, he had a bunch of the archives. And luckily, here's the crazy thing. He had ones that I needed. And I had just ordered 2 of them online from Amazon yesterday, a couple of days ago. Those he did not have at the store, which is the way you want it. The ones I ordered, he didn't have. The ones I was going to order, I don't have to order anymore. He has them. And these were tax-free, just straight cash, So I paid like nothing practically for these, and Flowers in the Dirt. It was Venus and Mars and Flowers in the Dirt. So those were the 2. I feel like I'm missing one though. Oh no, I guess not. And that's it. So I had a good day.
Well, looks like you had a great day crate digging, so that's awesome.
Yeah, it was a pretty good day. Hey, there's Tom Hunyadi there. Tom Hunyadi's here, and everybody's here. I'm looking at the people. So that's my story. Oh, I know Jill's watching, so Bee Gees, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. But one thing about this copy is it's gold stamp, the gold stamp on it, and also white label promo.
Oh wow!
So, I mean, I just was happy. I got a lot of good stuff.
You get the poster with it?
Yes, the poster's in it too. I believe. Right. Let me just double check. Yeah, it's in there. I haven't opened up the poster, but I don't think I ever saw it. Did I ever see the poster? What does it look like there?
They're flying on an airplane, I think.
Oh yeah.
There's some clouds. I have one hanging in the Wake Forest store.
I'm sorry, it's hard to do the camera here, but there it is. You can't really see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations.
So hopefully everybody saw it, and that's where I'm at.
Well, very cool.
It's fun to be able to come on the chat, talk, with other people. So another person. So
absolutely, yeah. Most of my live chats are me pricing records and hanging out and chatting with people. So that's always fun.
So you spend the time pricing the records and talking while you price?
Yep, I got to price them. I price them. I show them to everybody. We all have a little talk about it, and but it's really neat to see, what pops in the door, and with the buybacks and stuff like that. Okay. I would be pricing this tonight, but you and I are hanging out talking. So this is Bridge. It's a psychedelic Jesus record, and it's very cool to find. So just stuff like that.
Oh, okay. I don't think I'll know much about the pricing of some of them.
Well, it's always fun to hear people say, price it $20, price it $5. And they're like, I buy it for $5. And I was like, yeah, come on down.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I do around here. And so you were off today. Do you have the whole week off?
No, just today. But I had a weird story. Don't even know if I should talk about it here, but some people are here. I'll try to make it as brief as possible. All I can tell you is I made a video in my living room, which I don't usually do. I usually make videos in here, and I don't usually open the blinds in the living room, but I opened the blinds to have some light coming in. The video was only like about 5 minutes. It's a video for my movie channel. It's a movie review. Mm-hmm. But now, after the video was over, I get up and I look outside and I see a little car just at that instant pull up in front of the house and take a camera and point it at my house. Right, I'm standing by the blinds, the window, and taking a picture of something and leaving. And I thought, that's kind of odd. So let me go out and see what's up. So I step outside, and by now the car is down the block and is parked far down the corner. And as I'm stepping out, he turns around and comes back down towards me. And I go like, what's going on? And I see him from a distance with the camera again recording me like that. And then he just left. And I'm like, I didn't know what that was about. So
it could have been anything. It could have been insurance
Yeah, real
Crazy.
estate or something. Real estate.
Yeah.
It was pretty shocking. But for anybody out there that might be doing it, I got the license plate number. So, and I mean, it's probably nothing, but it's so freaky, man. You know, freaked me out good for a while.
Absolutely. Do you mind if Doc joins us?
Oh, I was encouraging him to join us.
And he did. And he is.
There he is. I was hoping that we get Tom and Marv and also.
I've been in the red room for the longest time.
Oh, you were in the wonderful room, and it was so good.
Yeah, you wouldn't let me out. I was banging on the door. Let me out.
Absolutely. So I'm going to send this invitation out for Marvin. I'm sorry, for Marv and for Tom.
He's our big star, Doc.
Yeah.
I brought my Herman's Hermits to.
Oh, good.
That's the CD I was looking for. You hear me say it, Doc? In my video, I said, I don't know. This is a CD that with the black background, the greatest hits. I couldn't find mine. I hope I have it.
It took me 3 tries to get this bugger. Every time I bought it, I would get like the sound-alikes doing it.
Oh.
You didn't read the fine print on the back. Maybe re-record it or something. Finally, on the 3rd thing, I got her. So hey, it's got Dandy on it.
Oh, cool. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What label is that on, Doc?
Abco.
Oh, cool.
Dandy. I can't stand that song.
So this is
it's Tom.
Welcome to Record Crate, Tom.
Thank you, Krate. Store looks great. Hello, Mayo. Hello, Doc.
Well, I've got cashews if anybody wants some.
Sure.
Oh, cool.
That's cool. You found a lot of those archive sets.
Yeah, Tom, isn't that amazing?
Yeah. Well, I kept saying out of print. What I should have been saying all along is discontinued.
Well, wait a minute. But the thing is, these particular sets, these were bought. A collection. He bought a collection.
Right.
Somebody had it, not from the, somebody had them in their collection for years and sold them to the store. They were never
because they're from the Concord label and they're discontinued. I mean, but once everybody's sold out of them, then they go officially out of print.
Yeah, that's true. Day Tripper asks, I have 5 albums that are still sealed. One of them is Paul Simon's Graceland. Worth anything, do you think? So Day Tripper, I always tell my customers the blessing and the curse of a sealed record.
Oh, yeah.
That is sealed is probably beautiful. Is it flat? We don't know. So is it worth anything? I think if I had it, I would probably put $10 additional on it here at the shop. So if it's sold for $15, maybe $25, you can still buy that one new. It's still currently being pressed, and I do order it from time to time because that's a good record and customers do like that.
Craig, do you have a Wonderful Christmas Time 45?
I do not.
Okay.
I do not. I wish I had a dozen of them. I think I could sell them all within the next.
Oh yeah, I'd buy one from you right now.
Oh, you don't have that, Tom? You mean with the picture sleeve?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I saw a bunch of really good ones on eBay, but I just I'd rather kind of shop look around at the record stores.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard to find. You go into the fest, right?
Oh yeah.
They probably have it at the fest.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Yeah.
If you follow me on Instagram and YouTube, I post images and videos of stuff.
Yeah, I follow you on Instagram.
So you can just say, "Hey."
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold that disc. Yeah.
You're welcome, Day Tripper. Thanks for asking.
Is Lucy going to join us tonight?
Lucy had her dinner, and she decided that she wants to sleep in the vault. So she's back there in the vault now asleep.
What?
Really cold here a few days ago, and it's like the further she goes back, the warmer it gets, and she's hanging out there with all those sealed Pink Floyd records, Day Tripper. And of course, all those sealed the Beatles records also, which I'm saving those one day for a special day.
What did I hear about sealed Beatles records? Somebody
I got probably a dozen of them in the vault.
Let me, Krate might know, or Adam, that's your real name, right? Adam, Record Krate. Mayo, he might know about that record that Kit.
I had said in one of it must be a couple of comments from her because I did answer one of them. I've seen the lettering, 20 greatest hits or whatever it says. I've seen that font
Right.
the color. But I see a different picture. I've seen a different picture, I think.
But what's the label?
I think-
Phoenix 20 or something like that?
Oh, I don't know that, but definitely never saw those particular photos on that album cover. But I think I've seen that style of lettering with a different cover of the kind of. I think it was a shindig picture of the Beatles color. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of something that looks similar to it. But I know it's basically a new cover. I've never seen that cover.
Okay.
Oh, is that German?
It says 20 hits, the Beatles, and then underneath it says Phoenix 20. But there's no back photo or label.
Okay, did she post that on her
Facebook.
social media? Okay.
Yeah, she posted it to Mayo and I. So
Yeah.
The words look familiar to me. The words only.
Yeah, it looks like a German company did several of those with different artists,
okay.
kind of like those Italian and Spanish things. I posted a video on my channel of the Beatles radio show that I cannot find any information on at all. So if you guys ever want to watch that and reach out, please let me know. I'm trying to find information about it.
Okay.
I talked with Brad, I talked with Marv, and all the heavy hitters around here, and we're clueless. I am too.
Maybe Mark Lewison will know.
Hey, Doc Docus, I'm gonna throw this paper away. We go. Where do you get that sound effect from? That's.
If I known you were going to do that, I would have had it queued up.
Yeah, that's so great. That's so great. I love it. You know, I love your latest video with the recap of 2019 and where the camera falls down. I love outtakes, bloopers. I love that stuff.
And you're saying, like, why did I keep that stuff? Well, anything like that happen, I save it for later.
Yeah.
And January 26th is my anniversary, so
yeah,
that happens.
Happy anniversary! Is that today?
It was 26, 2 days ago.
2 days ago, right at the beginning of the year. That's a good time. Mine's going to be May 23rd. That's my date I started. May 23rd, 2012. So it's going to be 8 years. Seems longer.
Tanner says, anytime you have quite the McCartney wall behind you. I noticed you had Off the Ground on vinyl.
Yeah.
One I'm still missing. So it's it does look great, Tanner.
I hate Off the Ground with the border, though. I see it.
Yeah.
Row.
What's that?
Off the Ground is on the bottom row, far right.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah, and that's as far as I'm going because what Flaming Pie is looking is a pretty penny, isn't it, Joe? Or,
I got that also at a fest 20. I want to say 2014 or 15, something like that. I think I paid $115 for it.
Okay.
I think, or something like that.
Yeah. See, I'm not gonna go that high for original, but and plus, if I did spend that much money, I wouldn't put it in a frame either. So I'd.
Be careful. I have an art background, and it's not good for paper to touch glass.
I know.
Not at all. Adam asked, do I like Sid Barrett? I do like Sid Barrett. I like Sid Barrett with the Floyd, and I like Sid Barrett solo.
Yeah. Okay. Did you see that Nick Mason Saucer Full of Secrets tour?
I did not.
It was brilliant. It was really good. He had
I've watched several live shows on YouTube, so that was really
good.
Thank you, Marv. Sorry.
Yeah, they did some really cool early Floyd stuff that I really enjoyed.
Absolutely. He had a fantastic
green, Green is the Color is one of my all-time favorite Floyd songs, and they did that, and it was great.
He had a fantastic band, so it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Tanner says, yes, Doc, new video was great.
Thank you, Tanner. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, Tanner's not alone there, so Doc is a popular video. So thanks for doing that, Doc.
Yeah, funny stuff.
Oh, there's one for 2018 too. Go back and watch that one too.
Oh, I actually went back and watched an old one today. You see, again, that short-term memory. I watched it this morning. Can't remember what it was, but I did watch one of Doc's.
I know what you watched there. You watched the I don't want to make a video today, and I'm sorry.
Oh, I see. Okay, I got you, Doc.
And I'm sorry you were kind of offended.
I don't even. We got to do the Brady Bunch thing.
Absolutely. Hey, Marv, would you like to join us, please?
Yeah, that'd be great, Marv.
Yeah.
Good, Marv. All you have to do, no matter what device you're on, is just click on this link, and just ride the rainbow.
Yeah, I'm on the phone, which I think means that's why my rectangle is a little smaller. I think because I'm doing my phone. I think.
Oh yeah. Tanner says I almost went to see Nick Mason's show, but something else came up. Oh, I'm sorry.
Ah,
I hope they do another tour, and I hope they hit the places they didn't hit, and maybe
Right.
can go on.
yeah.
I know that
Looks like
Roger Waters announced
Waters.
a show for this year, but I can't.
The tickets are absolutely insane these days. The
They are.
prices.
Yeah.
I feel a momentary lapse, and I can't let anything harm that memory.
I'm glad there are not many shows I want to see anymore.
Oh, I was on the M&M chat for a minute, and you want to see my disguise?
Who's that? Mason Maddox?
Yeah, but hold on, I was.
Oh, it's Invisible Tom. Hey.
That looks much better, Tom. Just kidding.
Even the dog likes it.
Yeah.
There you go.
What's the problem? Come here.
What?
Yeah.
Now we meet Tom's dog.
Come here.
Yeah. So I'm starting a new series, and I'm calling it.
It's his brother.
Oh yeah.
Is
Oh,
it like Beetle Brad's doggy?
yeah.
Yeah, he's got a beagle too.
Oh
It's
yeah.
Bentley's brother
Well, that's cool.
or sister.
Yeah, sister. Yeah.
I'm starting a new YouTube series where I'm asking people to show me the last 7 records they played, and
Cool.
then hold them up and tell me about them. So
Okay.
I'm doing that for my 300 sub, and
Wow.
Doc, I'm sure you'll be able to do that.
Is anybody really going to care about Raymond Scott?
I love Raymond Scott.
If I hold that up, everybody's going to go, what the?
I think Marv is able to just speak only, right? He wants to know.
You do have that option, Marv. You can turn off your camera.
Yeah, you don't need to be on camera.
Audio. Sadly,
I always have trouble with my hair.
Marv, look at this head.
I know. I have. What do you think I'm
Yeah.
wearing this hat for, Doc? You know.
Come on, man.
Oh, is that all I need? All I need is a hat.
It's an absolute bitch having hair. Let me tell you. It's a bitch having hair.
Oh my God! So, okay, hang on.
Uh-oh. If you would like to join us, Marv, with just audio, please feel free, sir. You're more than welcome.
How long have you had your store, Adam?
6 years.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, 6 years.
You said you have multiple stores?
I have 3 locations. One's in Wake Forest and one is in Selma.
Okay.
And today I made a trip down to Selma and
Okay.
place out, hanging out with everybody.
That's great.
Howdy.
I can't get that serious, Doc, but very nice.
Will I ever have Record Crate a guest on my podcast? You never know. I do 2 podcasts. I do one on just solo McCartney, and then the Talk More Talk with Joe. So you never know. You want to be on a podcast, Crate? I mean, Adam.
Absolutely, I would love to.
Thanks, partner.
Marv, if you just listen to them, they go away on their own.
Well, put my birds away. What do you got? A bird like what was the what was his name? Beretti, right? Beretta? We had the big bird.
Yeah, Beretta. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that show again.
You'll probably show up on Decades if you got it.
Mm.
They had
it
Vegas
does?
this morning.
Really?
TV. We have Me TV around here, but I don't have an antenna.
Uh,
I might have to do an entry for that contest. That would be awesome, Tanner. Sounds like an interesting idea. Thank you, Tanner. I appreciate that.
yeah, the last ones you've listened to, I don't listen to records much. No, I gotta. It's a pain, man. It really isn't. But I'll get out of here one day. I guarantee you. It could take 3-4 years, but I'll be out of here.
I hear you.
You know.
Well, there's plenty of room down here in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah, North
Yeah,
Carolina.
I'm
Wouldn't mind.
Phoenix. I have literally 15 record stores in a 20-mile radius from where I live. It's great.
Oh, really?
Well, I
Yeah.
hope you support the record store day record stores.
Oh, listen, I swear to God, I shit you not, every record store day, my wife and I are in line at between 2 and 3 in the morning because we absolutely love it. We take the day off from work and we just
terrific.
celebrate the records.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
She's
Thanks
really
for
into
supporting
it.
your,
Yeah.
Thanks for supporting your independent record store. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So, Tom, how much into the Beatles, Paul McCartney, and what you're into is your wife into?
Oh, she could, she don't care about really. I mean, she'll listen to the Beatles or McCartney, but only in spurts. I mean,
That's my girlfriend's the same way. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit here and there, but we do have some favorites that we like together, like Billy Joel, Ronnie Millsap. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that we enjoy together, so that makes it work. So Willie Nelson, stuff like. I mean, there's some stuff out there that we both enjoy together.
Yeah.
But there's some stuff that she loves that I can't stand. Like she loves Manilow, and I really like Manilow, and she loves him.
You'll have to fix that.
Yeah.
If she
I might take her to see Manilow in Vegas while we're still living in Phoenix.
Well, I took my girlfriend to see Daughtry. She wanted to see Daughtry, and I was cool. But I did her a favor, and we went there, and I wound up enjoying the show.
Yeah.
So worked out.
Cool.
If your wife needs any Barry Manilow records to complete her discography, let me know.
Oh, you have some?
I have tons.
Really? If you got a couple, $2, $3 Manilow records, maybe I'll.
That's like a 49-cent file.
Yeah.
I have a picture disc.
Ooh.
Oh.
Maybe.
I have 2 of them.
No, there was
really?
I saw a Barry Manilow this morning in Doc's video record. I saw a record in there, and he looks so young in that.
That was the first album.
Yeah,
the very first one.
Hey, I like Mandy. I like some of his songs. I like Mandy a lot. I like.
And I got that for 49
some other songs.
You know who I'm getting right now, and I might get teased on this a lot, but I have always been, since I've been about 8, 9, 10 years old, I've always been a big Olivia Newton-John fan. So
she's great.
I've been going back and getting a lot of her old records.
Yeah. I love that. My favorite song is "Have You Never Been Mellow."
Oh yeah, it's a great song. Yeah, it's a great song.
Unfortunately, she's not doing very well with her health.
Oh, she's the cancer has gone to her bones, so that's not a good sign.
Not at all. I hope we don't hear something.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, it'd be really sad.
Oh, believe me.
Of course, I can't keep grease here. If you guys ever find grease cheap, send it me, Lee.
Really?
Yeah, I cannot keep grease here.
Yeah.
Very cool. We just watched that actually. We were scrolling through Netflix, and Grease just popped up, and it's like, it's been years since we watched this, so we watched it, and when they do that Grease Lightning song about the car, because when you're a kid and you're watching it, you don't really understand, the Chicks of Cream or the, when they say, Pussy Wagon, so sorry if I'm not supposed to say something like that on there, but it's just, you don't realize it until you watch it when you're older, that they're, kind of talking a little dirty like that.
Yeah.
I think it's really great that they were able to put that car together so fast.
Yes, right. Yeah.
J.D. Thompson said, "Doc, the cowboy."
I feel like John Wayne here.
And
bring on the cavalry.
Yes.
Olivia Newton-John, hot.
Yes. There you go.
I still have where's that? I'm looking for stuff here. You don't want to drop anything. Got this mess over here. You don't see it.
Can you imagine if there was ever an earthquake in New York State?
Oh, forget about it.
That is horrible news week. It's so sad.
There's a BG seal tape for Jill whenever I get around to finally mailing it out.
Oh, wow. 8-track.
Yeah, 8-track, right.
Wow, that's awesome.
So, Adam, how do you like this StreamYard? because we're looking to maybe use it on our Talk More Talk show because you can get up to six people on it.
I love it. It's beta.
Okay.
It's limited for the free version. There's a premium version, and I'll probably get that soon.
Right. But that free version's like what? Up to like 80 hours a month or something like that?
It's 20 hours per month.
Oh, 20 hours. Okay, well that's still more than what we need. But okay.
I don't know how old StreamYard was when I signed up, but it's grown a lot since I first signed, so it's good to see the changes, which is great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Didn't you have a 5-hour podcast once there, Adam?
I did. I priced hundreds of records that night.
That was almost half your time right there.
That was ending my
You're
short
not
life.
pricing any tonight, looks like.
Nah.
With us here.
Well, I could get some help from you, Kat, especially if Mar pops up. But anyway, that's mine, Jill says. That's mine.
I bet you Marv is going to be on. I bet you get himself dolled up.
I think he's
Probably
taking
have to cover the birds. Yeah. Doc, do you have snow?
We had
don't say that.
2 weeks ago, and it's just about gone now.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's turned warm, like mid-30s. Supposed to be 40 by the weekend.
I was this
Best
close.
January ever.
There you go. I was this close to putting the top down today. It was so beautiful here today.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a nice day too.
We've been very lucky here, I'm telling you. Otherwise you would have seen a rant video by now from me. It's been wonderful weather.
I
And,
thought Mayo loved snow now.
yeah, oh, that's right. Yeah, and you notice I can't find enough happy things to make Mayoko Whip videos about.
Well, you had a happy day at the record store. It looks like.
Yeah, I should have made that a Mayoko Whip. Does any of you guys like Miracle Whip at all? Anybody here? Nobody likes that.
I don't use it.
I mean, I don't really necessarily have a use for it anymore now that I'm a vegetarian. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Veganade is good.
Yeah, my wife is a vegan and she likes that.
You mean so even like eggs and things like that, right?
Well, for my wife, yeah. So since I'm a vegetarian, I can still have eggs and cheese because I just can't get rid of that stuff. But my wife is a vegan, so no animal product whatsoever, and that includes like honey and stuff like that. So
Honey is bee crap.
what's that?
Honey is bee crap.
Yeah. You know what? So you can't have any bat soup.
No.
Anything like that.
Tanner says, "Wow, I think I only have one sealed 8-track." Yeah, that's cool, Tanner. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Which one of you four is Danny and which one is Sonny?
Can anyone see this one that I bought? I just had to buy this. Anybody tell what this
Vicki
is?
Lawrence.
Oh, Vicki Lawrence. All right.
Actually, my doctor was going to kick out of this. Yeah. I mean, I had to buy it. First of all, it's nice. It's red. It's a different color. And I thought she was cute back in the day. But I like that song. Again, this is stuff I grew up with, you see, as a kid. I was perfect age for that stuff, like Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia, Tie a Yellow Ribbon Round the Old Oak, that early 70s, like, pop AM stuff.
Yeah, that's
She's very talented.
Yeah, what show was she was on? What TV show?
Oh,
Carol Burnett show.
Carol Burnett. Okay, and then was it she on Mama's Place? Was it?
Yeah, the Mama's Family.
Mama's Family. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I've heard that also, Adam. That's the night the lights went out in Georgia. Exactly right. I heard that Carol Burnett discovered Vicki Lawrence because she heard her sing and she invited her to come over.
No. Vicky sent her a fan letter.
Oh, she sent her a fan letter?
Oh, that's what it is?
With a picture said it had been said that they look alike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they met, like, she put her on her show, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
Oh, look!
Hey, Marv.
Over this way.
There he is.
Yeah.
Hey, Marv, how are you?
Marv?
He'll figure it out.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello.
Sometimes you have to unmute your mic before you actually participate in StreamYard, but it's all good.
You might see a line through the mic part, so click that.
We get small when we add more.
I get even smaller than I was. That's all right.
We'll just pause for station identification.
Absolutely. WKRT.
T.
So does anything ever come into your store, Adam, that you end up wanting to keep?
I'm sorry?
Does anything ever come into your store that you end up keeping for yourself?
All the time. And it's something comes in, I'm like, what is this? And then I play it and I was like, oh, I might hang on to it for 2 or 3 weeks and listen to it a few times before it actually goes into my personal listening library.
Cool.
Sometimes, yeah, but I can't keep everything. A lot of stuff comes in and a lot of stuff I want to keep, but at least I get to enjoy it for a couple of weeks.
They say don't get high on your own supply.
Yeah. Right.
I haven't heard that before. Speaking of getting high,
hey.
Leo, I got something to show you.
Ooh.
James
Byers, how are you, sir?
James Byers.
Looks like someone else might be done.
James Byers has a new haircut. I know he's just waiting to show us.
Oh, look at that.
David Marijuana.
Yeah.
David Pill in the Lower East Side recorded live on the streets of New York.
Ooh.
I think you shared that recently, didn't you, Joe?
Yeah. John Lennon, yo, go out now. New York City are your people. John Lennon, yo, go out now. New York City is your friend. It's funny stuff.
Absolutely. Hello, Music Chatter. How are you doing tonight? Yeah, it's some funny stuff. You're exactly right.
Yeah, I have that one. Yeah, I have a marijuana. Yeah. Yours looks in better shape.
It's okay. It's probably the VG. It looks nicer in the bag.
Yeah.
I can add $2 if I put it in a quarter bag. Just teasing there. Yeah.
So do you so question, I know, do you keep your stuff in the wrap like Mayo does when something comes sealed, or do you take the wrap off?
Oh, if I personally open it, I do my best to keep the shrink on there. And
you keep the shrink wrap on? Oh yeah.
Yeah. And if it's a gatefold, I try to keep the shrink wrap on also.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm always fascinated because I just sometimes don't see the need to keep the shrink wrap on, but I kind of understand it, but I just kind of interested in people that do that.
Yeah.
I just get a personal buzz out of it. I don't know why. It just just makes me feel it's like the way, I don't know, preserve it the way it was. I really haven't had practically any, maybe like 1 or 2 instances of records warping because of that. As long as you have like a breathe hole in it, you know, those air holes, or if sometimes you split, the side open, the side.
Right.
Not all the way sealed, I should say.
That's just a fallacy.
I don't think the shrink contributed to warping. However, I can't rule it out that like in the 80s, you had those cheap poly inner sleeves. I can't help but think that contributed, but it's always temperature and pressure that causes a record to be warped.
Talking about warping, I got an interesting story. It's going to be whenever I make my next record store video of the store, I'll put this in there. But there was an Elvis Presley. The first album is in my record store, Elvis Presley. It looks like, it looks beautiful. And it's 1956. There's a $350 price tag on it, $350.
Oh my gosh.
And the record something about it has the PD credits for one of the public domain credits for one of the songs, Just Because, which is the first press. And I was like, should I get them? That's a lot of money. But I was almost going to try to get them down to $300, which is still a lot of money. And I'm not made of money. Believe me, I'm not. That's why I live in this apartment, right? But
you and me both, buddy. You and me both.
But you know how it is with the suitcase and everything. Egypt State. So what happens is, I say, well, and I'm like, I want this. I said, can I play the record? She says, yeah, sure, you could listen to it. So I take the record out, I put it on. It sounds beautiful. It doesn't sound like it's from 56. It's perfect. But there was a little warpage. It was going up and down for whatever reason. And I'm like, that made me say, good, I don't want it.
Oh,
I don't have,
wow.
I don't have
Well,
to have it.
what they probably would have had a weight to put on it to help with that, wouldn't they? Probably.
Don't know. I mean, you mean to flatten it out?
Yeah, you know the weight. You know, isn't there? Like, don't they got like a weight that you can put on
There's
on the
some kind of
vinyl?
machine. Is there like a machine, Adam? You know, like a.
There's a machine. I've never used one. Tom was asking about a record player. Hey, Wink, I've been open for 6 years.
Right.
When I had a work record, I always put a clothespin on the needle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the record, like I said, the record sounds fine. It wasn't that warped, you know.
Yeah,
just
that's
enough.
it, Adam. Yeah, exactly.
This
Yeah,
is
that's
318 grams.
yeah.
I use these if I get a record that has a dish warp.
Mm-hmm.
If it tracks properly.
Yeah, that's what this did. Tracked properly. It just was going.
Yeah.
Okay.
If this corrects it and pushes it down,
Right.
I'll sell it as normal price.
Okay.
But it doesn't. I usually throw it in the $2 bin or the $1 bin or sometimes the free bin.
Jill loves shrink wrap. Jill and I, we're like connected. It's like everything we agree on. It's amazing.
Absolutely. Tanner, Marv shows that he's here, but I'm not hearing him either.
I don't hear Marv if Marv's here.
Yeah.
You can figure it out somehow, Marv. I don't. What's that? Different logo.
He's here in spirit.
Yeah, there you go.
But I would rather see a roller coaster warp sometimes because they track properly than a dish warp. Dish warp.
What's the dish warp? Is what? What's the difference?
So think of your plates in your kitchen, your dining plate, and how it concave on one side. And so you typically here's what I do, folks. I hold the record out and I look at it on this side, and then I flip it over on this side.
Music chatter.
Music chatter.
Oh, hello, music chatter. And then,
hello.
A lot of records I sell, I clean them on the VPI, and I put a new poly inner sleeve and a new bag. And
okay.
Not every record, but a lot of them.
Gotcha.
Do.
Except for the Barry Manilow's.
I also, before I just mentioned, it's a common record, of course, but I didn't have this. I thought I had it. When I was making my 5 songs that I hate, I was looking for this album just to represent the Beach Boys. I was talking about rock and roll, their version of rock and roll music I didn't like. And I wanted to represent the Beach Boys. I was looking for this, didn't have it. And I got it today, but it also has a poster in it. So,
yeah.
So, it has a poster?
I think it's got an airplane, right?
Yeah, not a very interesting poster, but it's a poster. It's the poster. Yeah.
That's the album that has the terrible version of Help Me Rhonda on it.
Ugh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not the regular one?
No, there's 2 versions of Help Me Rhonda. The one on that album, when they get to the chorus, they shout it, and at the end of the song, it fades in and out.
Oh.
And on the single, they sing Help Me Rhonda, and then if you played them, you could tell the difference.
Oh, okay.
So the Help Me Rhonda on that album, I hate. Now there's a hate for you.
Thanks, Doc.
I just ruined this day. I'm sorry.
I love that your video, Joe. When you got the record in your hand, you're like, I hate this record.
Oh, that's what Press to Play, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to disappoint a lot of people. I think when we get around to doing Press to Play, I think I'm going to like it better. Not hate it anyway.
Right.
Music is your favorite vine.
Is there a record that could be
Wilkerson?
There you go.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
What is that? Beach Boys?
It's a Beach Boys, but it's a mini disc. I'm always on the hunt for mini discs. So if you guys see mini disc in stores,
mini disc, okay.
Yeah, please reach out to me. I'm always looking for them, and they're leaving America and going to Japan. That is a mini CD, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
I have mini CDs also, Doc, but they're a little different sized.
That rings that bell.
Yeah. And then, are you guys familiar with the? Oh yeah, that's cool. Are you guys familiar with the RSD3, which is the 3-inch record store? I mean, 3-inch record player.
Mm.
Oh, I have heard of tiny record players.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were selling them at the
Yeah,
record
I think
stores the
yeah.
last couple of years.
Shaped
Yeah.
like a thing.
And so I know Scott, the guy who owns Crosley, so we're always emailing us back and forth. And I took a little image of this record next to my RSD3.
No.
Oh,
Only
yeah.
it's not a record. And Scott was like, "Oh my, where did you get that? I want it." So
magnet, isn't it?
it's bubble gum.
It's bubblegum.
Hey, Anthony, how you doing?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's new lunch, Anthony? You got the coupons.
Here's Andy. Yeah, Andy, White Castle Coupon King.
White
Yeah.
monkey.
If
Yeah.
there's a deal to be had, Anthony will find it.
Those 3-inch CDs are awesome, Jill. That's for sure. They're fun.
Duke and Dine for $9.99.
So Adam, that's bubblegum. That Beatles.
Yeah, it's gum. What were they called? Chimba. What were they called? Joe, do you have any of these? Bubble gum?
No, but where do I remember them from? I seem to, now that you mentioned them, I remember them somewhere. I mean, the 90s, were they from? I remember the later things. They're not from the 60s.
No,
But
no.
I remember them, but I don't have any.
80s or 90s, I'm sure. I barely remember seeing them in stores, but I think there was, I don't know, 6, 10, 12, 18 different covers of the Beatles.
Yeah, I remember them now.
As well as every other popular group at the time.
Is there something in it?
You open it, and it's a
Bat
pink,
soup.
it's a pink piece of gum in the shape of a record. Chum gum? Something like that. Maybe there was more than one company who did these. But
I think even Anthony could come on here, audio. Some people could come on audio if they don't want it, I think, right? If they
could.
I don't know why Marv couldn't get on. I wonder why.
We're at the 6 max, so
Oh yeah. Okay, that's cool. We're cool. Oh, Marv is there, but why can't we hear him?
we can't hear and we can't see Marv, and so
He's in
Marv,
the-
you're welcome to reach out in the chat if you have any questions or anything. He just muted his mic. I can see that now he's unmuted his mic, so no, just enough.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No, just a knife.
Oh, sorry. Jill said, "Got anything to stir your coffee?" And he said, "Oh, just a knife. That's
Just
cool.
a knife.
Just a knife." Yeah.
Yeah, boy. And then somebody said, some guy said, my video, he said, first world problems. That's going to be one of my rant videos when somebody says, first world problems. It's like, I'm not saying it's the most important problem in the world. Just a little annoyance. That's all.
There you go. Mars' record is broken.
That's part of his style, Annie.
Yeah. Marv, I would say make sure your mic is unmuted in StreamYard, and then whatever your device.
You can do this.
You can do this. You can make it happen.
It'll work. I like leaning like this, but it looks ridiculous. I'm trying to sit up straight. Very vain. You're so vain. I'm going to turn this around a little bit.
There you go. Wow. So I have a question for everybody. How often do you play your media, whether it's vinyl or CD? How often do you try to play every record every X number of days?
Every record.
Do you guys
Well,
play your library and make sure you cover every record in there and make sure you play it at least once a year?
it's funny you should say that. I mean, not only do I have tons of music, but I got tons of movies. Most of what's back here is movies. And, I always remember in the year 2000, which is now 20 years ago. I can't believe it. I'll be dead in 20, 25 years, if not sooner. But I remember saying, I'm going to make a decision to watch every one of my movies. The same thing could be done for music. And I said, the idea is I had a index card file, and I had everything on an index card. I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them alphabetized. I'm going to take a movie out and watch it. Then I'm going to write the date. I'm going to put it to the back of the box. And the goal is just to pick a different one every time and to get through the box. I never did it. 20 years, never did it. Same thing with music, and I love making videos, discussions about that, about, how do you have the time? Even if you have the time, look, we have the time now. We like to be here and having fun doing this.
Absolutely.
I watched so many movies in the 90s and first 2000s because that was like my second love after music, but I was also getting burnt out on music because I was just going crazy with it. But then I was just got the movie bug, and then as you can see behind me, I just got and you end up with thousands, and then you just like, when am I ever going to watch this again?
Well, that's what happens. And the same, and Adam's asking about music, and it's like, well, for me, I still have an old car, 200. How many? 2008. It's got like 148,000 miles on it. Got a CD player in it. So I usually got to pick my girlfriend after I get off work. I pick her up. That's a half hour to pick her up and a half hour back. Sometimes a little more, 45 minutes back. So that's good CD time. So I play compact discs a lot, that way.
Well, your automobile is newer than mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just keep driving them, man. Enjoy them as much as you can.
Way too often.
There you go.
Wow, what is that? So small on my phone.
USB.
Oh, USB.
Absolutely. And I have some too.
Thousands and thousands of songs on this bugger.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, mine are FLAC files, so I don't have thousands. I have a few. Adam asked, what is the best way to clean your records, and do you use any cleaning machine? I have 3 VPI vacuum.
That's the best way.
Wet vacuum machines. But Adam, if you sneak over to my Facebook page, I put a video up on my Facebook page, Record Crate, that shows everybody how to clean a record in the sink, and it doesn't cost you a penny. You don't have to buy fancy fluid or anything. Yeah.
What are you using in the sink?
I use warm water, a sponge, and Dawn or 7.
Yeah, I used to at the beginning when I was collecting again. I used to use Dawn dishwashing liquid and water, but then people were like, there's minerals in the water, and it's going to clog the grooves. So it depends who you listen to,
Mm-hmm.
But for me, you said, Adam, you said the VPI machine. Well, because I'm friends with my store owner, I got carte blanche of that machine.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
But most of the records I buy, most of the time, they're from that store, and they already clean their record. They have somebody that goes to, like, all these ones I bought that I showed you, the 50s records and whatnot, already went through that thing and cleaned before they're put out. Right. So,
don't they resurface them?
I'm sorry?
Don't they resurface them?
Resurface them?
The machine that supposedly resurfaces the disc.
I don't know.
And I talked one before.
You can do that for digital audio, like compact disc and DVDs. Doc, it's a polisher or a resurfacer.
Yeah, resurfacing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whenever you get
results, though.
So whenever you get new albums in that you buy from somebody, Adam, do you automate? Is that the first thing you do? Is clean them?
Part of the process, if it needs cleaning, yeah. If it's a record that I'm going to price $20 or more, I'll go ahead and clean it and you sleeve it and you bag it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just part of it.
That's what they do at my store. Yeah, if they get it, like, they have a dollar bin and they don't bother with those. If it's a dollar record, they just put it in.
Yeah.
Right. On the wood glue.
I'm sorry, Music Chatter?
Has anybody ever done the wood glue cleaning?
Oh, no. I've seen videos of it, though. Yeah.
I've seen videos, but no, I haven't. Yeah.
It worked.
Did it work?
Oh, yeah.
Did you make a video?
No, I did not make a video. Maybe on the next one.
Okay, cool. AB Monster, if you look at my YouTube channel, there's some YouTube that I posted from Wake Forest, and there's 2 hanging on the wall in Wake Forest. And you're welcome to look at
better make sure they're under like $20 if Anthony's going to buy one. I'm just kidding, Anthony. I'm just having fun. You're my friend. That's part of the fun, right? That's Anthony's character. I keep saying that's your character. That's your character.
There you go.
It's not all an act, but it's,
I don't think there's a way to fix it.
I've seen some 78s and I've seen some 7s that will play just fine, but the most part, nah. Just
Can I just give? I know there's 6 of us. I don't want to hog everything, but Anthony, I got to tell Anthony this. Anthony, listen closely. I'm not. This is code between me and Anthony. Anthony, I got to prove today. You know what I'm saying, Anthony? I got to prove the story for. He knows what I'm talking about. Woo!
You're a dog, a child, a cat.
No.
All right, first round's on Joe.
There you go. Congratulations. I hope. I struggle with giving stuff away, but sometimes we have to downsize. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, today I had that problem again, guys. I was like, this is an interesting topic. I think again, what to collect. I'm watching this show that's on. It's called Collector's Call, right? Where they show you collections that people have, and I love watching people. They had an Elvis collector the other night. They had a Batman collector, and every time I watch that, I think, I said, why don't I just stick with Beatles and solo Beatles? Now, I mean, I listen to all kinds of stuff, but for actual, like, going crazy and collecting records and everything, I can always listen to other music, but for actual physical collecting, I said, why don't I just stick with the Beatles? I mean, life is short, the money's a lot of money, but today, no, I couldn't resist. I bought other people's records. Anyway.
Well, it's great that you found Sgt. Pepper's 50 because, yeah, they're crazy prices online.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I don't usually discuss prices, but why not? I mean, if it's not a bad price, it was $100. It was $100 flat. If I would have got it online, it would have been a lot more.
Yeah, absolutely. James Byers, I did not. I mentioned that earlier. There's a video up, and I'm hoping the right person will see it. And I did what I could to put the proper hashtags and @ on there. So I think it's got less than 50 views, but maybe soon I'll have some answers for that.
Video. All you people out there. Need more advertising.
I'm with you there, Tanner. I'm waiting for somebody who has.
Don't use the Brillo pen. Bad.
I've got thousands too, Kemba, and it's just insane. And when you think about it, and you look in it, you get like step in my man cave when I get home from work, or when I wake up, or whatever, and just look at everything, and I'm like, when am I going to read that book? But I want it, I want to read it, but when am I going to read it?
I start books and don't finish them.
We didn't mention. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. Books as well. I mean, come on. So many books I haven't looked at.
I'm sorry. Are you in that cave now, Tom?
Yeah.
I've never even opened this thing.
That's awesome.
What did you do?
Yeah, this is my movie side, but I like this side a little bit better here. Here, hold on one second.
It's like Tom's merry-go-round.
Yeah, but I got the suitcase up there, the Egypt Station suitcase. But
yeah, that's cool. I enjoy seeing people's rooms like that. I enjoy Joe's, Beatles, Pro.
Yeah,
Mr. Beatles Pro. Boy, I love his stuff.
Yeah. I even reached out to him about that record that I had.
Station?
Let it rain. Let it rain.
Did he just throw it everywhere?
Question for Tom.
Yeah. Let's see. My cousin has a podcast too, and I'm wondering how do you keep going after your first one? And is there a certain setup or microphone that is best? This is a cheap $20 YouTube microphone that I got off of Amazon, and I've been using it for 2 years now.
Sounds good, man.
Thanks. But yeah, I mean, but how do you keep going after the first one? I mean, after the show? I mean, if that's what you mean, you just always kind of have like 3 or 4 topics lined up in a row. you know, and then once you get down to like, you know, the third one of those 4 topics, then you get another, you know, 4 more topics, you know, going. And
a lot of snacks.
yeah, you bring a lot of snacks, you know, and that's why I chose McCartney for a show, because he's got 50 years worth of stuff to talk about.
There you go.
You know,
Joe, you may appreciate this one.
It looks like so small on my phone. Blue Jean Bob. Okay, Blue Jean Bob. Gene Vincent. Yes.
Yes.
Blue Jean Bob.
Yeah. That's the one that McCartney covered on Run Devil Run, right?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite covers. On that.
That was a good day when that one walked in the door. That's for sure. Let's see. Somebody says, looking at it hurts my soul. My new endeavor in life is to be selective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
You know,
thoughts.
there's a DVD Blu-ray distributor called the Criterion Collection, and they put out the Hard Day's Night film a few years back. When they first came out, I was buying everything that they released, and I'm talking, you know, $20 to $100. You know, these sets are, you know, and then when I made the switch over to Blu-ray, and they're even more expensive, and I just said, you know, screw it, I'm just gonna, you know, get what I know, and every once in a while I'll do a blind buy. But you never know, you know, on the blind buy if you're gonna like it or not. But I love that series. It's my favorite film, you know, distributor. And but yeah, it's you got to be selective now, you know.
Oh, sure. When it comes to movies too, I'm trying to be selective with everything. The problem is, even being selective, I select too much. You know, just imagine. I always say, well, I tell you all the time to people, you think I would buy a lot. You don't know how much stuff I'm not buying, you know, that I wanted, you know. Sure. But I'm going to go through these movies back here, and I am going to purge a lot of them because, like this, a good example might be there's this movie. I'll just name one off the top of my head from 1995. It's called Dolores Claiborne, and it was a good movie. And I watched it once in '95 when it came out. You know, a friend had it. I said, "This is good. I'm going to buy it." I didn't watch it again until last year. So from '90, I had the disc. It came out in '95. Well, no, it came out in '97. Because DVD came out in '97.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So '97 it came out. This movie. I didn't watch it till 2019 again.
Yeah.
And after I watched it, you know, it's a good movie, and I've seen it twice. But that particular movie, I just don't feel like.
I don't think it's an essential film. You know,
it's like, you know. I mean, I got essential films that nobody else would, like 2000 Maniacs, or
your girlfriend.
You know, my girlfriend can't stand horror films.
Adam, do you buy movies and stuff like that too from people?
I do. There's a store in town that closed, and I ended up emptying the store, and I brought over here about 15,000 DVDs.
Wow!
And I have them so cheap. 10 movies for $3.
Oh.
Get them out.
And I got about 8,000 in the warehouse, and I've sold a few. And so I do like them. I took all the Criterion stuff and put it in the back so I could watch it myself.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that one day.
Yeah, I'm a huge foreign film fan, and the Criterion is just, you know, they've got a whole plethora of
they do.
Film, you know, and you know, and the bulk of them that I've watched, I've fell in love with them.
Yeah, as well as Acorn. Acorn is awesome also. And it just goes on and on. Tanner, I wish you well. We all have the same disease. Yeah. Thank you, Tanner. Kimba says, I have PhD in 3 formats.
Nice.
Yeah. I know I saw the Hard Day's Night videotape, VHS, and I was going to buy it. I mean, not in a store. I was in an old store. I saw it.
Yeah.
And like, should I buy it, just to have it as a piece? I mean, I did that with the Magical Mystery Tour, a VHS. I think the first time it was out on like Media tape, not a main brand, Media it was called. And I think that's the first time I ever saw it was on a VHS tape. But yet, I collect those things. It's so like ridiculous, you know. The old VHS used to have
having Vicki Lawrence on an 8-track.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to play it. I don't have an 8-track player, but it's cool that look. But see, that's the funny thing. Like,
But that's the part about collecting, you know.
Yeah, no, I agree. You and
I don't
I don't
have a cassette player anymore, but you know, when my wife and I were in Maryland visiting her family, we went into a couple old record stores in Frederick, and I was seeing all these, you know, McCartney tapes, and I was grabbing them, you know, for $2-3, and then, you know, I go to the counter and I'm just like, why am I buying these? I don't have a cassette player. Do I really need this?
My girlfriend's very encouraging. Like she said, because she's the same way. She says, "No, you enjoy it. It gives you a rush to get it. Have like this, for example, this cassette tape, for example. Like
Oh yeah.
And this one here, and I'll show you a few of that just happen to be over here. This is a single. I've never understood cassette.
The birthday single, yeah.
Birthday? Are you kidding? You know, but for single, here's another one. It's sealed, still sealed. Wilbury Twist.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And there's a bunch of other ones here. I'll show one more. I got a bunch of them.
Well, that's impressive already.
Oh, cool.
Time takes time.
Right.
That's Ringo, yeah.
Go back and get those 8 tracks.
There you go.
Yeah, I love it, you know, but I also right now my big thing is this: I'm very into display stuff. You know, you can't see all of it on my because I have some of it here on the walls over here, but because you look at it every day, you're using it, you're enjoying it, you know, you get to see it. So I'm really into that, and particular solo. I don't know why so much, but the solo display.
Yeah, I was at a record store and they had the Laserdisc version of Paul McCartney's "Get Back" live concert film. I picked it up, and again, I was like, I don't have a Laserdisc. I don't need this. You know.
Guess what? I have that.
Yeah.
I found it with my Paul albums, even though it's laser.
But when people bring in DVDs for a buyback, Tom, it's a nickel. I'm paying them a nickel.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is for you, Joe.
Yeah, you got it, Adam. Yeah.
This one's for you.
If I'm ever in that area, North Carolina, right?
Absolutely.
If I'm ever there, by all means.
Yeah, I'm going there next week.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go right now. See you all.
There you go. Keys under the bat.
But
I have to start reading the book. Can I pick up a new one? There you go. We all do that.
Yeah.
Tom, Stack. Hey, Tom.
Nelson?
Tom's Vinyl Stack. I enjoy his channel, too. He's got a good channel. I do have a wax cylinder, Tom. When I bought the space where I'm at now in Wake Forest, it was a closed TV repair shop. And there were some wax cylinders I found. And at least I think they're wax or Edison cylinder. It's like a big spool.
I thought they were metal.
I don't know. Yeah, we all do, Kimba. We get the rush from it, and we also enjoy sharing with people what we have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's part of it. I remember somebody saying once.
No.
What's that?
You can't have my hermit's hermit. No.
You can have it. You can have it.
So somebody once said they stopped making videos. Well, this is a girl who made videos many years ago, and she said because I realized I was collecting for all the wrong reasons. Like, part of it at the beginning was I used to just show vinyl a lot, and you do buy almost unconsciously in a way to say, hey, these are my new finds. Hey, you know, make a video, and you're not buying for just that. You know, you're buying for yourself to have. You know, like so.
Absolutely.
Show.
Yeah.
But
Adam has a question. He asked, "Do you have a favorite parlophone?" By the way, I love this community. Well, thank you, Adam. We love you being here too. I don't have a favorite parlophone, and I'm thinking you're thinking of the label out of England. Is there another parlophone that I'm not familiar with? Anybody?
All of them.
Oh,
phone, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I don't have a favorite. I do have the Beatles Sgt. Pepper's 50, and this printed. It says parlophone on the label, but it's not.
Yep, running out of space.
Worst parts about buying new records, Tom was asking. The price. First,
the price is asinine.
Well, for me, I mean, I buy a lot of new presses and I sell them here. But for me, if I want something for myself, it's always like, how's it going to sound?
Yeah, that's the next thing.
That's basically the first thing, because everybody walks in here thinks I've ever played every record in here. You've played 10,000 records, you know exactly how they sound. And then a lot of the new stuff I sell, I never hear it, not even online.
Yeah, that new Dave Clark 5 album is supposed to sound terrible.
I didn't. I said that. Did anybody else say it? I was just wondering.
Brad,
I'm sorry, I can't. It's breaking up. What? Say again.
Brad has it.
Yeah, Brad has it. Anything about the sound? I know. I personally, I put on the CD and I was like,
well, maybe you're commenting. I know I got it off that one.
Yeah.
The best part about the new vinyl for me is I just like the way it looks. I mean, I do think that the older vinyl, most of it does sound better than the newer vinyl.
Yeah.
But I like the stuff to look pristine, you know, and you know, a lot of my older favorite albums, I just can't find them pristine. You know, I can't find them in really good condition.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, that's true. That you can availability of a record you can't find, you can get now, especially in '90s stuff that was
like one of my all-time favorite albums is Willie Nelson's "The Redheaded Stranger." Okay, and I've seen it all over the place. It looks like crap. You know, so it did finally get a reissue, I think, last year, and I picked it up. And
yeah, I've gotten a lot of flack for my opinion on that, but it's just this is just a personal thing. It's no judgment on anybody. I mean, God knows I buy reissues all the time. I'm going to be buying Ringo the Fourth. I ordered it, you know.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just my personal thing. Like I say, take George's Brainwashed album, for example. You know, I had gotten a copy, whatever, I think it was a German copy or something. I got an imported copy, and it's an original. Then it came out, you know, the series with the George Harrison reissues, and everybody can afford them, like Live in Japan, for example. Now people can buy the vinyl, but to me, I always say it's fake. You know, it's not the real one. You know, and it's just a thing I feel. I don't know, and I understand we can't be spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You know,
right? So. You know, I'm sorry, Joe.
No, but that's all I'm saying. And of course, I do it too. I mean, you know, I bought Thrillington. I don't have an original, you know.
Right.
But if I ever find the original, I'm going to get it.
Right. So, Adam, if you have like an album for $100 on your shelf, okay, and it's an original pressing, and it gets to reissue, does that kind of bring the cost of that, you know, original pressing down, or
it could, but I've already priced it. I bought it based upon what the value was at the time, and if it changes, it changes. But yeah, it could. But I mean, like, but then again, you have one that's it's really rare because it's the original pressing. Like if I had Nirvana Nevermind original pressing, you know, I could get a lot of money for that. Of course, the reissue, what I can get $23. I mean, like this record right here, I've had this for a while, but I know how special this particular pressing is. It's near mint. It's got the postcards that are intact. It's got transistor on the dead wax, and it's a unipack. And you know, my price is $75. Some people would rather go down the street and buy a beat up one for $35. But you know, I mean, it's a wonderful listen. It sounds phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, there's something that's sad to be like, okay, like you got $100 in your pocket and you want to you're going to the record store. It's like, are you going to buy that one thing that's for $100, or are you going to buy like 4 or 5 things that are, you know, that equals $100?
Yeah, that's true. I tell people to buy bargain and treat yourself occasionally. Yeah. Adam asked about the fastest selling jazz record. You know, anything late 50s, early 60s, Columbia flies off the shelf. But there's so many subgenres of jazz that, you know, it's another world. And
yeah, I would imagine Kind of Blue would be is probably I think the Kind of Blue is the best selling jazz album of all time. Wouldn't you say?
I've read that. Yeah, it's
and then Coltrane's Love Supreme is up there too.
But you know, in '58 there was 3 wonderful records that was released, and it was Kind of Blue and Charles Mingus, and the other one was Dave Brubeck.
Yeah. Was that
So
Take
those
Five?
three right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I had an OG first edition kind of blue stereo come in a few months ago, and that was beautiful. The person who got it, thank you.
Nice.
That was a stereo.
Yes, still, I do want the red Ringo vinyl also, in addition to the gold. Just reading your comments.
Yeah.
That's what gets crazy too. You know, they put these things out now with different colors.
Yeah, and then some of the transfers of these vinyls, they're from digital. They're not always from.
Some of them.
Yeah, they're not always from the original source.
No.
That's true. That's true. I mean, Kind of Blue, for instance, the tape is long gone.
You can't get Martin to remaster.
They all burned up.
I'm sorry, Doc.
I said we can't get Giles Martin to remaster everything.
We cannot. And don't forget his partner there.
Yeah. What's that name? What's his
name? What did you say, Music Chatter? I missed that.
What was that?
What did you say?
I'm sorry, I was reading.
I thought you heard something. Yeah. Joe addressed this.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah.
I'm glad Marv is still here. I don't know what went wrong, Marv. How come
the original tapes from Kind of Blue, they all got burnt up, didn't they?
No, they didn't get burned, but they deteriorated many years before that.
Yeah.
And then it was, a master tape that exists, and now they're frail, and all the current pressings are.
I know the stereo original was like very rare than the mono.
Yeah, Coolest Colored Records. Spin me round. All right.
Anybody know that store?
Yeah.
I got this one. I went there a year ago, just about.
Best
way. Store in a house.
This is one of my.
I love that.
They moved. Where they moved to?
What was that question? It was a question, right?
Coolest colored vinyl, was it?
Oh, there's so many. I don't even know where to begin. I just showed a cool Halloween, the new Halloween movie a couple of years ago. It was all cool red splatter.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But didn't Spin Me Around, didn't they move stores again?
Yeah, they're moving stores somewhere else. I think it's farther away from where I am, so, I'm not going to be making any trips there, I guess.
It's in Pennsylvania. I don't recall the town. They've mentioned it several times. I've seen colored vinyl from the 50s. It's phenomenal. I've seen color 78s, shellac from the 40s.
Oh, that's another cool
right there.
A pretty one.
This is the Claypool Lennon Delirium record store day.
Oh yeah. How does that sound? I haven't heard it.
I haven't played it.
And then one of my employees made this.
Oh.
So tiny. It's a mobile of records, colored vinyl.
And they were all warped. I wish I had a flattening machine. I could get a lot of money for those.
I bought my favorite Mozart piece on vinyl, the Magic Flute, and it was the 1939 cover. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not, but anyways, foolish me, left it on the turntable. Sun was hitting on it. It got warped. But I don't want to spend the money, obviously, on getting another one. I mean, I can, but I don't want to get another one. Really, I'm just kind of being a little stubborn about it. But do you know any great techniques for warping, or should I just not even bother?
I don't. I know that there's several devices you can purchase. There's even a machine you put the record in, you press the button, you come back later.
Yeah.
I think Spin Me Round has one. Did you see that while you were there, Joe?
I didn't see it there, but I know my regular store once had some kind of machine, and I think I even made a video of them trying it out just for one of my videos, and it didn't work. They flattened it and melted. I don't know if it melts it, but I thought it was a heat thinking about. Just pressure.
I watched a video where a guy took 2 cement tiles or blocks. He put them in the oven, took them out, and then put the record in between the 2 blocks.
Yeah.
They make machines that you put in the oven, right?
What's that?
Don't they make machines? The one you got to tighten it up,
We do.
and put it in the
Yeah,
oven.
that's what I thought.
Gotcha.
I mean, it has to sit on it.
The most successful videos I've seen on YouTube has been the glass method and 110 degrees or something like that, and just having the patience of somebody and letting it happen.
Yeah. I get so nervous about even trying any of these techniques that I'm probably gonna buy the thing over again.
Get something out of the dollar bin and try it.
Yeah, I could be the guinea pig and try some of these techniques.
There you go.
And just film them.
James says soundtrack seems to be really popular again at the moment. What are your best? For me, the best is Goodfellas. I don't think I've ever seen Goodfellas, but right now it's the '80s soundtracks that people relate to seeing the movies when they were teenagers and young adults.
I love a lot of soundtrack albums, but they're just personal favorite movies. Mostly 60s, 70s.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
16 Candles.
Yeah.
Dolores Claiborne.
Clockwork Orange is one of my favorites.
Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
See, I get a lot of record club pressings. Favorite soundtrack, Magical Mystery Feature. All right, Tom. Yeah.
The Natural Born Killers one is pretty cool, in my opinion. And obviously Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah.
There's these small labels like Waxwork, and they're releasing rare horror. I mean, they run 500 horror soundtracks. Somebody recently put a Halloween. Was it you, Joe? Halloween?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've had that before. It does sound wonderful. Yeah.
Is it an original Halloween soundtrack?
I got it as a gift, and it was a newer Halloween.
Okay.
Just came out because they can't call anything different anymore. They got to take Halloween again. Confuse you. Which one do you mean? The '78 one or the 2018?
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was 2018. Yeah.
Yeah. That is
I'm hoping we get a 50th anniversary of A Clockwork Orange next year on vinyl.
Oh, this is true.
That'd be good.
Hey,
on orange vinyl.
Yeah.
do you have any audiophile pressings, Tom or Joe or anybody?
What's that?
That old Batman.
Any audiophile pressings, Mobile Fidelity, Nautilus?
I never went down there, and I'm glad because that would be a whole bunch more money to spend. I think for me, I would say back in the day, I remember I had like Abbey Road back when it first came out, and back then it might have been like an ear opener back then.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know so much about now. Maybe I'm wrong, but with all the technology now and CDs and everything, I don't think I'm blown away by it necessarily.
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah, does this count?
Yeah.
That counts?
It counts. By the way, Doc, did you see the
Adam's Family.
Adam's Family, the Collector's Call show about the Batman collector? It's on Sunday. I don't know. Sunday nights where I am. Me TV it is, right? Oh, or is it? Yeah, Me TV.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't.
Confused and Almost Famous.
Heard about him though.
I'm more of a Pretty in Pink soundtrack kind of person.
Pretty in Pink.
Hello, could
Wasn't what's his name in that? John Cryer, was he in that?
Oh yeah, the Brat Packs.
He was, yeah.
I mean, and then he carved out a niche for himself with 2.5 Men. That's going to be his. It's going to be his legacy.
I was never a big Brat Pack fan.
Ah,
wasn't.
Yeah, that's very cool, Tom. That's awesome. Yeah, I do have Super Time of the Century. It sounds good. Or do I have? Yeah, I got Time of the Century on Mo5. Now, one thing I do enjoy listening to, guys, is SACD, Super Audio Compact Disc.
Oh yeah.
I think those are
phenomenal. Is that the one that's on the gold discs?
Mo5 is on gold. Original master recordings are gold. Okay. I've always liked the Beatles' Help and the Beatles' A Hard Day's Night soundtrack. Yeah. I actually enjoy this.
I love the Help soundtrack. I just love it. Because the thing is, I figure, if you want to just hear the Beatles songs, which most of us do, you play the UK, but I love that the fact that the US Help album is a movie soundtrack, so it has the incidental music and the Beatles music. I'm okay with both.
You guys don't like this soundtrack?
Which soundtrack?
Oh, that's great soundtrack.
I'm sorry, I missed it. Music chatter. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody should be without one.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I bought one even though I only listened to half the album. And
Yeah, there we go.
I like
There's your
it.
soundtrack.
I like the second side. Oh, there you go. The Family Man.
Yeah.
Family Man. All right.
Hey,
I have my Stones on SACD. Kimba, I knew you were cool. I just knew you were cool.
Oh,
Yeah, SACD. I never had one.
They sound really good, Joe. I
they
enjoy
have
it.
a special player, right? Playing?
Special
We
player.
have a lot of the Blu-ray players can play SACD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but not all of them, but some of them do. But
What's the Yellow Submarine album?
I have Family Way CD.
Family Way.
Anyway.
yeah, Standing Stone rocks.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about that. You know, today I was in the record store. I'm looking at the CDs, and there's a bunch of the Paul McCartney classical. I'm thinking I'm a completist, but I don't know which ones I have, which ones I'm missing, and I don't care. I don't even think I have Liverpool
Oratorio for you.
Just did a show on Standing Stone it'll hopefully be out tonight or tomorrow. But
Right.
just did a show on Standing Stone.
With Alan Cozen.
Alan Cozen, excuse me.
Time Vinyl Check says I would buy SACDs if they all had surround sound. I understand that, Tom. Has anybody heard any of the Beatles remixes and reissues, anniversary editions of the Blu-ray ATMOS? Has anybody heard that proper?
No.
I am dying to hear that, and yeah.
Oh, Kimber says those special player. They work in her Discman.
Oh wow. Okay.
So just think of it as a disc that has two files. One is for CD and the other one's for SACD. So a lot of the SACD players will work in a CD player, and it just listens to the other file.
Okay.
And I know that on my OPPO, when I pop it in, it automatically goes to SACD mode. So Kimba, you might have something that I'm not aware of, but that's something I've noticed before because I ripped some of them in my iMac. I have a few Clapton SACDs, a couple Stones, and Joe's.
Pet sounds. Ew.
Well, I didn't notice that.
Smile.
Smile, forget it. The only time I heard Smile was, it was during one of the chats by L7 Casanova, I think, had the chat.
Wonderful thing.
And I listened to it, and I just wasn't into it.
When I heard Smile, I cried.
Frown.
Stop it! Stop it!
Smile for life.
Smile for life. Yeah. This is funny. No offense, Joe. This is
What an innovative cover that is. That Pet Sounds?
It is Pet Sounds.
But I was going to say, when I made my video of the 5 songs I hate, when I did the Beach Boys, I didn't put anything off Pet Sounds there, because I like 3 of the songs. I really wish there was a way. I don't know the history of the Beach Boys, but I wish there was a way that Good Vibrations could have made it on there. That would have really been nice. But I played it 3 times. I just never didn't do it for me. The 3rd time there were a couple of songs I was like other songs other than the 3 that I liked. Another one, forget what it was, and I said it's not too bad, but just not my thing, But I didn't hate any of them,
Brian must have been in the sandbox that day.
Yeah. Tanner, I think SACDs sound incredible, but it's not a blanket. It's all about how they were mastered for CD and how they were pressed. But of the ones that I've bought, and I've paid a lot of money for them, and I've only had just a few come in on a buyback, but
Well, is that like the 4K things with the Blu-ray? I mean, movie-wise. I mean, I'm not getting into 4K. I don't want to, but I think you don't have a choice now because supposedly the new TVs are 4K.
Right.
They'll still play the regular Blu-rays.
Right,
You know?
right. Somebody said they're upgraded. That's what when I got the Blu-ray player, people said they upgraded DVD.
Yeah, they do. I mean, if you have a Blu-ray, if you have DVDs, and if you have a Blu-ray player, the DVD image, when you play it on a Blu-ray player, is sharper. I mean, it does improve the image, so that is true.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, I don't know. I just think like it gets to the point where I mean, the human eye can't even see that well.
I think it depends on what kind of a sound system you have in your television.
Sound system, forget it. I mean, I can't play anything in here either.
No, I'm going to get one of them Mustang turntables.
I will be interested.
The face of this record player looks like a 60s Mustang, and I sent Doc a link to it. It just looks so cool. Doc has a Mustang, and I thought he'd get a kick out of that. Adam says something to you there, Doc?
I see that, Adam. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I remember the video I watched. The video was a video you made a while ago, Doc, where you said, I don't want to make a video today.
That was early 2 years ago.
Yeah, I was looking at older videos, and you were like, that was funny as hell. And Dr. Smith screaming with the Great Vegetable Rebellion. Oh, dear. Ah!
What else is there to do but to watch the rat all day?
Yeah, what else?
Oh, man. I love Pet Sounds of Smile.
You're just owned.
They're definitely more of a string side.
I would much rather listen to the surfing.
I like the Tom.
Yeah, I prefer the surfing things myself. The Beach Boys, I prefer.
Yeah.
You know. But
I
you know,
like it too. Yeah.
I'm in a minority, and I'm okay with that.
OKs for life until 8K.
Yeah, right. You know, come on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think I have a Blu-ray player. Or something.
Going out
Yeah. The crazy thing VHS is starting to sell more, guys. I had some buyback of music VHS. So I took them to Wake Forest one day. I have a VHS connected there, and I was just checking them to make sure they were playing properly. And I could not believe the audio on those VHS. It was so good. It was much warmer than a DVD.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who'd ever think a VHS would be warm?
Well, didn't they say like cassettes? I mean, are traditionally very, very good audio wise as well, aren't they?
A lot of them are, especially in the '80s, toward the end. I mean, they just sound phenomenal.
I never got into tape myself.
I sell a boatload of cassettes around here, and mostly it's because kids are getting their parents' Camrys, and the Camry has a CD player and a cassette player on it. So.
And that's why I think CDs will eventually make a comeback, just like vinyl's making a comeback.
I agree.
Then put them back into cars.
Yeah, that's really annoying, man.
It's unfortunately it takes time. we gotta let everything run its course, I guess.
Absolutely. I have not seen the Chicago Transit Authority 50th anniversary. I haven't seen any anything about that.
I heard bad. It's a different mix, from my understanding. I heard it's not really that good.
Okay.
All right, guys, I gotta bounce.
All right, bounce. See you later, Mr. Music.
Okay, Music Chatter.
Get ready to get big, everybody.
Well, a little bit.
Go home.
There we go.
Just a little bit. I don't see much difference.
Now I can read the DVDs behind you, Joe.
Let's get Jill and Kimba in here. Let's get some.
Okay.
You know.
So did you, Jill and Kimba? I'll put the link out here for you.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Or James as well. You know. See if
James Byers is still here.
Yeah.
James Byers is here. Tom's Vinyl Check is here.
Or me.
Tanner Johnson is here, and Tanner has this to say. I do get what you're saying. It's just like Frank Zappa to me. A lot of people seem to love this music, but I don't.
Am I into the band much? Let's just put it this way. I love Joan Baez's The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down and can't stand the band's version.
That last waltz concert is gold in my opinion.
Yeah, I watched that before, obviously.
I sell a lot of music I don't like, and I'm really happy that people find music that they do like, and that just makes me happy.
Cool.
Oh, sure, everybody's got their tastes.
But I get sad when people don't buy music I like.
Hey, and Joe, you know what's on my USB?
What?
Blondie's Victor.
Oh, yeah. I saw your video. Did I respond on your video? I don't know, but I saw it. And you said about the guy named Victor.
Yeah.
That you
Well, we
used to
confused him with the song because yes, the song is bad, but if he'd be in the car, we'd play it. And turn that thing off.
I get it.
Good memory, so I can't hate it.
Yeah, I gotcha. Everybody's got their thing. Songs like that.
Very cool. Very cool. And the wonderful thing about music is it's so good to enjoy music.
Oh, absolutely.
Even bad songs can be good.
That's right.
It's just your opinion, really. I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And everybody knows what they like, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's still a bad song, no matter what.
Well, who said the Zappa thing? Because that's another person that I just. I've listened to quite a few times, and I just couldn't get into. Yeah. Never been able to get into Zappa's music.
I like Valley Girl.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, but that's moving Zappa.
I think Zappa was very talented. I think he had a wonderful band. I think the music is great. I just don't connect with it. But I'm happy for the people who do. And boy, am I happy when I get some good Zappa in to sell.
Does that fly off the shelves too?
It depends on which ones they are, but there's a lot of common Zappa stuff that hangs around, but there's a lot of rare stuff that.
What's his hot period?
I really don't know. I like the.
It was like 200 hotels or something like that.
That was a movie, wasn't it?
There was something on Verb. Tom, help me out here. There was something on Verb, and it had a map to the cool place or something on the gatefold. What record was that, Tom? I love getting that record in. It sells really fast. It's in hot demand. Oh, and Captain Beefheart. I wish I had a box full of Captain Beefheart.
What is the deal with that album? Is it just the cover, or what? I mean, is it actually a good album, or what?
It's a good album.
Just stop moving furniture up there, please. What is wrong with people? Sorry, folks.
Okay.
I have people above me having sex.
That's Doc someone
we have someone to join us tonight. Tom.
Hey!
Oh, Tom's there? Oh, Tom's there.
Wow. Tom.
I have a PSA. This is the greatest album ever created.
I
It's actually not horrible, but it's just very bizarre.
It has a gatefold.
So
Great.
It's very moot now.
Look at that. Wow. That's got to be at least worth 75 cents.
Tom, what's the name of that Zappa record I'm trying to think of?
I can get it for you right now.
Thank you.
There we go.
Uncle Meat.
I'll be right back.
That's a good one, but that's not what I'm thinking about.
Freak Out.
Freak Out. Yes.
Susie cream cheese. What's got me into it? But yeah, this one's the original mono with the map ad
There you go.
on it. You can see it right there. It's a little tiny, but it's a very bizarre, but very, very cool record. Definitely very cool.
I really wish Tom lived close to Record Crate, and I would love to have him working for me on the weekends.
Why does Tom look different to me? I finally got a better look on my my laptop. It's a little bigger. So he looks different.
He looks like Danny Harrison.
He looks older since I last saw him.
Well, he's getting that rock and roll style going on.
It's been a while, Joe.
Jesus.
It's been
brown robe.
I got too many Zappa records. I have
He
to get
has so much knowledge about music and vinyl that it's just changing his whole era.
I could change everything.
There you
So
go.
is this the point where we talk about Tom Petty, or now that Tom's here, or Joan Jett?
Cochran.
Absolutely.
No, I'm kidding. He doesn't like Tom Petty or Joan Jett.
Oh, I didn't know that.
A little joke.
No, talk about Weird Al and how great Weird Al is.
That's a good record. Yeah.
I was surprised to learn that Joe did not like a Joan Jett song. I was shocked.
You know, I played it on, after I made it. I played it on the screen on the computer, and I said, I can listen to it. I really hate it. I do though. I hate it. I tried to include songs, not just songs that I don't like that. I really hate.
Yeah.
I should do that video actually. For you would be right on there.
Yeah, well, I can see that, but I do like the part that goes, "I just want to know how you feel."
L7's always talking about.
Well, you know what?
How much he loves that one part.
When I fell in love with that song was with the video, and I don't know if you guys have ever felt the same way too. But
yeah.
Listen, if you met somebody that you really liked and then you like kissed them goodbye, I mean, what are you doing? You're singing songs, and that's when I really connected to that song.
Yeah, that happens with videos. It does. That one in particular for me. But that's happened to me with videos. Sure. If I can think of an example now, it would be nice. But I know there are examples.
Absolutely.
Videos so
Absolutely.
You've heard of it yet? If anyone's a Nielsen fan here.
Was that the latest?
Yeah, the Lost and Found album.
Yeah,
that's my
okay.
Ringo fan, of course.
Oh yeah, Jill wants to see some Cher.
Oh.
Kimber too.
Yeah.
Go to Vegas. You'll see a lot of. I'm sure you'll find some Cher.
Will Britney Spears do?
That's what my comments stopped rolling, so I missed a whole bunch of stuff. So thanks for noticing that, Joe.
It's got no Cher, Jill. It doesn't exist here.
2 times for the price of 1. I like that. Kind of question. Oh yeah, James Byers did get a haircut. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you ever find it hard to listen to a Paul McCartney song only because it makes you feel sad or emotional? I don't think I've ever felt that way. Maybe. I'd have to think about that.
Paul McCartney song, it's emotional.
Yeah.
She's leaving home.
Ruckus.
Get enough. It's so bad.
Yeah.
It makes me cry. Yes.
There's lots of wonderful records, and I'm hoping to get more and more records that we just can't get for this year, as well as Record Store Day. And there's so much.
Do you do Record Store Day at all 3 of your stores, Adam?
I do it at 2 of my stores.
Okay. And do you get pretty much everything that you request or order?
And how in the world Spin Me Round Records can get 60 Pearl Jam MTV Unplugged? I order 8 and I get 1.
Okay. They got 60 copies of that?
They got some ridiculous amount, Tom. I would not be surprised at all. They get too much all the time. They have overstock on a lot of things.
I watched one of their videos last year, and they just had everything and plenty of everything.
Yeah, Portland's already bad, so it's a problem already. But 60 copies?
Yeah. Makes my ears bleed.
We've got a chain out here. We've got a chain out here of like 5 of them, and of the same store. And I always have luck getting whatever one I go to. I usually have luck getting everything that I want.
So. Yeah, well, that's good for you. I know that Spin Me Round got like crazy amount of runaways, and I got a few runaways before Record Store Day, Black Friday, and then the following week I got more runaways in, and I'm like, how does a smaller store compete with that? And especially,
Do you ever see the line for like Amoeba Record Store
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
It's always around the block.
Yes.
Yeah, Amoeba, but do they just not bring it in? They got tons and tons and tons of record store day stuff.
Right, and then I noticed that they'll like if you have everything written down, you give it to like one of their employees, and they'll get it for you while you're waiting in line or something like that.
Yeah. Well, Tom, you might find this interesting. The girl who runs Record Store Day, she lives a few blocks from here, so she pops in a lot.
Okay.
And she and I, we talk about a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to Record Store Day this year.
All right.
Oh, do we have it? Do we have any? I haven't seen it. Is there a list or anything coming out in April?
The list will be out a few weeks, almost a month before Record Store Day.
Yeah, it's usually 4 or 5 weeks, isn't it? Before.
Yeah. So that's when we're.
Cool.
About March should be out.
And so,
Doc likes laugh. I'm so happy to have this stuff. I can't believe it.
You can tell he
I
was.
really just want the Red Rose one. That's the only one I really want.
Busted.
Yes.
The only thing was that Band on the Run, was that damaged?
No, it wasn't damaged. I mean, the shrink was a little peely in spot.
Yeah.
But Band on the Run was one of those that you can't get anymore, I don't think.
Yeah,
Right?
I think that one's pretty much officially OOP.
Yeah. So that's why I said anybody who want to get it, it's one there.
69, dude.
So Adam was asking, what is that 6 with an upside down 6? So this is the Magnetic Fields. They released this album years ago. Then it was reissued by Merge. Merge is right up the road from here. So Merge did a limited colored vinyl, and for some reason I happened to find this in the vault this past fall, and so I have one of the rare colored vinyl 69 songs. But it's 69 songs, 69 love songs by the Magnetic Fields.
Oh, cool.
And so I've sold tons of these, and it was just really neat that I happened to find one in the vault.
Is it like all like new recordings or like unreleased stuff?
It was released in the 90s, I think. It was released in '99, then it was reissued maybe 3 years ago. And I got a bunch of them, and they sold really well. But for some reason, 70-1, right, Kemba?
Yeah.
Music Chatter asks, could I send you records for store credit? Absolutely. My address is all over the internet. Please send them. Joe has his babies. Oh, let's see your babies, Joe.
Well, I did that. Yeah.
So you got Wings at the Speed of Sound, right?
Yeah, and that's one that he had there. He had Wings at the Speed of Sound there also.
All right.
And
Well,
I can't remember.
The reason why I'm asking is because in about a year, okay, I've had this thing since it first came out. Let me know if it warps, because
Somebody told me that.
This is a little. I mean, you can't really tell on the, but it's a little warped, and the pages are a little, a little funky too. But
somebody told me that you don't stay. Somebody said don't stand them up, lay them flat because they'll warp. That's what somebody told me.
Yeah.
You noticed that, huh?
Yeah.
I've always understood to keep records as vertical as possible.
But those are the CD box sets. Those aren't the.
You're talking about the book.
Yeah.
Books.
Okay, great. Yeah. Well, okay, cool.
Why does that happen, though? Why does that happen, you think?
Don't know.
I have a customer that's a book or restore book. What's the correct word for someone who handles books and rebinds them and
taxidermy?
Yeah. I have a
textile.
Adam, this is a very hard record to find that's colored vinyl, unless you go to a third party. Yeah, and so there you go. There, and one thing I was going to interject, Tom, because I am a Record Store Day store, and I do the Tom Hanati.
That's
it's a hard name to get used to, but I did.
Yeah.
I was looking to read it, and I couldn't see it. But Tom H. I am a Record Store Day pledged, and so I do honor, or I follow the retail. And
right.
So,
you're not one of those cheeky guys that sells them on eBay, are you?
I do sell them on eBay the day after.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, but I sell them at retail prices, and they sell fast.
Okay.
And
yeah,
I wish I had.
Yeah, I'm looking to. My wife and I are looking to move east here, probably next year. We're looking at Maryland, but I'm worried that I'm not going to find, record stores, good, good record stores like I have out here.
Interesting, because we're thinking of moving to Maryland when I retire. 3 or 4 years, something like that.
Oh,
Right. But
anyway, yeah.
Maryland is colder than Raleigh.
Yeah, true.
And Raleigh's colder than Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, Raleigh probably more humid though than Maryland, maybe, or they're probably all. I mean, I'm from Michigan anyway, so I'm used to, I know all about the cold weather and stuff.
Oh,
like that.
Michigan.
Yes, hello, Michigan.
I'll take the heat. I'll take heat anytime, but
me too, buddy.
I might actually wind up moving to Maine of all places.
I'm cold thinking about it.
Yeah,
Better
right.
than Maryland. Maryland stinks.
Yeah.
It does. Kimba, thank you so much, Kimba. Oh, Kimba, thank you so much. My eBay name is Record Krate.
Write that down. With a K.
With a K. Moved to the Carolinas. That's what I told him.
Yeah, but everybody's moving to the Carolinas.
Yeah.
Not that it matters, but everybody. But I was going to say something to Tom, but H. I was thinking, I wonder if I should save these, the cardboard things that they come in, and like.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Joe's like a lot of my customers allergic to records.
Yeah.
That's the coronavirus.
Because as you can see, maybe he can see this one better, but this one's a little warped. This is the Venus and Mars one.
I see it going like that a little bit.
Yeah, so that's got a little. Yeah,
It's
it's got a little warpage to it too. So.
And you keep them straight. You keep them straight like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Somebody did tell me that.
I only got one. I think I ordered 4 and I got 1.
My store, like, I was like the only guy who bought a car. It was great.
Crazy. Yeah. My goal was to get have 2 of everything, 2 of every title, and so I could have 1 in each store. And then some of the heavier hitters, I ordered more. But some stores might only order 20 titles and get more quantity. My goal was to order as many as I could possibly.
How far are your stores apart from each other?
About 30 miles and about 17 miles.
Okay, so I was saying, it's like if you combine the 2 stores that do take do the record store day, why don't you just do it into one store, and then you have the more product in one store than the smaller quantities in both stores.
Well, that's a good thought there. So it's just demographics. I mean, the Wake Forest location, there's people that's north of Wake Forest that come and shop with me there. But if they came to Raleigh, it'd be over an hour drive, but it might be a 30-minute drive to Wake Forest.
Everybody should have an equal chance.
There you go.
True. Very true. I believe in that.
And Wake Forest is a growing community, growing like leaps and bounds, and the store is doing so much better. And so that's a good thought, and it's something I think about all the time. And I'm like, I'll just bring all, but at the same time, if my building that I'm here in Raleigh gets sold, I'll just move everything out to Wake Forest and have Forest and have Selma until I can find another spot here in Raleigh.
Right.
And so, I mean, Raleigh's crazy. Raleigh is crazy. I can drive down the street and go like, oh, what's different? It's that crazy. You probably see the same thing too.
What is Jill asking me? I'm not sure on the question.
I think Jill,
I did.
I
Was wondering if you would during your unboxing video. I did, and I was wondering, Joe, if you would during your unboxing video.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
So, Krate.
Yes.
You were asking about Captain Beefheart.
Yeah.
The corners. Oh, you mean saving the corners? Cardboard
Bag. Oh, there it is.
And there it is. Is that Third Man Records?
It's the Third Man one. Yes, it is.
So this was from the
I don't know if you saw the vinyl of this. This is the coolest looking vinyl.
That is pretty nice.
Look
at that.
Wow.
That is really
James Byers has to go to bed.
Very cool.
James, what's up, man?
Good night,
Yeah.
James. See you.
Enjoy that.
Examination.
Get both eyes examined, okay?
Hopefully, you'll see us later.
Yeah.
Sure.
Tom, how does
3D.
that thing sound?
Does anybody else think sometimes this is the real king of rock and roll?
Yes.
I think I played this record today, and I'm like, I don't know. I love Elvis, but I don't know. Chuck Berry, I think.
They both
Saying
are.
that for years.
Yeah, but doesn't Elvis come before Barry?
Barry
Yeah,
came before him.
it does, but doesn't this guy come before Elvis?
Oh, he does. Hey, Tom, can I see that bag again? I didn't get a chance.
Yeah, it's like one of these like really cool like.
Is that
bags.
Third Man Records?
Oh, I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah, it's a Thurman Bolt release.
Is that a Third Man bag?
Yeah, it's a custom bag that they kept it in, but it generally is a Third Man.
So
bag.
it's shipped with that bag.
It's shipped in a box with this bag.
Oh, that's all.
With everything inside the bag.
Oh, cool.
Folded up. I'm actually going to Nashville in April, so I'll be able to go to Third Man.
Nice.
Over there.
Reach out to me before you do, and I'll see if I can get you a special tour of the back.
Wow.
Elvis 56, Berry 57.
I'll reach out to Cam for you, Tom.
And what would Haley be?
I think 54. No, he's a rock around the clock 54 or 5. There's a song here. Maybe somebody can look it up. There's a song here called "Crazy Man, Crazy by Bill Haley. That is I think is said to be the first rock and roll song.
Oh wow!
Before Elvis, "Crazy Man, Crazy."
I always thought "Rock Around with the Clock" was the first one.
That's what I thought too. But even on these notes, I think it says something about the original Bill Haley record of "Crazy Man, Crazy," which has been called the first rock and roll record. It swept the country 7 years ago. This is a 1960 record.
Yeah, Crazy Man, Crazy.
It says it says 6 years ago. It swept the country.
Does rockabilly count as rock and roll though?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a yeah.
In my opinion, it does.
Well, I have it right here. Crazy Man, Crazy came out in 1953.
What's
Crazy Man, Crazy?
Crazy Man, Crazy. Yeah. Joe, have you listened to Sister Rosetta Tharpe?
Did I listen to what?
Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
Who's that?
Sister
Rosetta Tharpe.
She's from the 40s, and she was playing lead on the guitar, and Elvis admired her like crazy.
Wow, I didn't even heard of her. That's amazing.
She is amazing. Oh my gosh, she's amazing. Is it just me, or does auto-tune? I'm sorry, I dropped that. Is it me, or does auto-tune just not very pleasing to the ears?
I don't, I'm getting worried because I always say I don't hear this auto-tune all the time, and I'm starting to hear it more when people talk about it more. Like, I don't mind. I know Tom and I have talked about this before, but I know there's times when I don't know. I used to use that Cher song, you know that, Tom.
Yeah.
And when it's like that, I know it's done deliberately. Like in the Ringo song "Money," that's what I want. It deliberately is like accentuated.
He's trying to be like the Flying Lizards.
Yeah,
it's deliberate, but it's really good.
If I can't tell, I'm fine with it. Let's put it that way. But for me, I'm taking price. By the way, I'm taking price tags off. I don't know if you know that I'm doing that. That's what I've been doing the last 10 minutes.
So that's something I always ask my customers: do you remove price tags on pre-owned records? And if it's got like an old pricing tag from the 60s, you remove it.
There's times where I'll buy a used CD and they'll have the sticker on the case or whatever, and if it's the cardboard case, then you take the sticker off and you get like the the color of a faded color from the sticker. That kind of irks me a little bit.
As far as auto-tune is concerned, I think some people confuse modulation with auto-tune. I think some people confuse gates and reverbs and other effects that's added to vocals, and they confuse that with what actually auto-tune does. And so I think sometimes we hear that thinking, oh, is that auto-tune?
I don't know. I just know they say it's all over the Ringo albums, and I'm like, I don't really hear it. So
It's sort of there, but you can't really tell it's there.
I'm with you, Joe. I don't hear it. And it may be there, Tom. You may be right. But I just hear a lot of vocal effects. I just hear modulation, you know.
Right. Like,
What do you think is Ringo's best album of the past 10 years?
10 years? I think this album.
Oh, I love this album. You know, I think What's My Name? It's number 3 on my list of his, personally, of his best albums, and it might even be 2 now for me. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Ringo, self-titled Ringo, and then I always like Time Takes Time a lot. But
the cool thing is he put 5 albums out this decade. I think that's the cool thing.
yeah, and the last one was pretty good too, I thought. But you know, yeah, I'm enjoying it.
88 by Ike Turner is their first rock and roll record by James. I'll have to visit that tomorrow online. Yeah.
Tom Hunyadi, did you happen to see? I mean, this is off topic, but on Facebook, you know, talking about, we haven't really discussed this. The Let It Be trailer that.
Yeah.
Oh, the Get Back trailer.
Yeah, and you know, I was kind of, you know, following, you know, the conversation you and Michaels was having, but I couldn't. I was working at the time, so I really couldn't.
Yeah, because I'll be honest with you, I don't know Ken that long yet, but I'm kind of like, I'm afraid I got a good thing going right now. I don't want to like piss him off, but I'm sure.
Don't worry about that. I want you to, to speak your mind, you know.
But it's just like, you know, I love the guy. He loves, but he likes everything. It's amazing, you know, and everything's like, I don't know. He's the good side of everything. I'm like, you know. I stick by what I said. You know, I really do feel like they're trying to. It's a deliberate effort to try to sweeten the Beatles. That's what they're trying to do. You know.
No, I think there's some truth behind that. You know, like you say, Disney-ize it or whatever the.
Yeah, Disney-ize. Disney-ize. I like that better than Disney-fy. Yeah. Disney-ize.
Absolutely.
And
Adam, I'm sorry.
No, I'm done.
I enjoy listening to Phil Spector's records, and it's just amazing to hear how his records compare to other contemporary records. Yes, Adam, there is room. Please feel free to hop in.
Yes, come on.
I would love to have you here.
It says on the bottom, do you still respect Phil Spector? Yeah, I do, and I like the Phil Spector sound in the early Phil Spector sound. You know.
Yeah, I always like to say that. I mean, if there's a great artist and they get in trouble with the law or something, or if you just don't like their politics or whatnot, that's fine. You know, you can still dislike the person, but if their work is great, I mean, you shouldn't. You know, their work shouldn't suffer just because you don't like that particular person.
Yeah.
That's right. You should still respect Bill Cosby. That's right.
No, I'm not saying still respect Bill Cosby, but you still respect the work that he did.
I cannot sell a Bill Cosby record anymore, folks. Even his 3 vocal records. I mean, his 3 spin records.
Don't you like Jello bread, gelatin pudding?
I love Noah.
I still can listen to Bill Cosby and laugh, but I don't play it in the top anymore. Do you guys respect? Yes, absolutely. Paul will make.
Ew.
It's got the quiet text, whatever that is, the extra pressing or something.
See, and that's another thing
That's
too.
like an audio file, like promotional press.
It is.
So that existed.
Yes.
Is that open, Joe?
I'm sorry, everybody's talking at once. I'm sorry, what?
Is that record open?
Yeah.
Take it out and hold it to the light.
Oh, why?
For about a half hour. Yeah.
No. Just hold it to the light.
Take the record out and put it towards a light.
Yeah.
Don't really have I have a lamp in front of me, but let's see.
Look at it in the dead wax.
It's clear through the dead wax. It looks brown or something.
It's brown. We call that root beer. So it's translucent, and that means it's a better quality of vinyl. And Q-Quix or whatever it's pronounced. Whenever I see that, I pick it up because I know that's going to be
cool. Yeah. Do it for a better album.
Now we gotta buy the dip station again.
Yeah.
How many do we need?
I tell you, that really, even though it's a long time ago that they've really been doing that a lot, it still soured me. I still feel the sour taste of all those releases of it. I don't know.
You're not supposed
Or soundtrack that irks you? No, not the.
Yeah, Dawn of the Dead. That's supposed to be a freaking horror movie. But I get it.
I really don't do soundtracks that much anymore.
Yeah, give me anything with Ennio Morricone. Give me anything with Giorgio Moroder. I'll listen to it all day long.
Mm.
Yeah. And Raymond Scott. Oh, this way. And Raymond Scott. Yeah, absolutely. There's some good stuff out there. And gosh, there's so much I haven't heard. There's so much I will never hear.
Yeah, that's very
Much I
true.
wanna hear.
I was watching
Well,
that jazz, that Ken Burns jazz on Amazon Prime, and I loved a lot what I heard. And I just I just have the tip of the iceberg on when it comes to jazz. I love Coltrane and I have a lot of his stuff, but I heard a lot of stuff that I really enjoyed on that series. But I just know I don't have the time right now to really concentrate on picking that stuff up and listening to it.
Yeah. Well, thank God for Pandora in the meantime when we travel.
True.
Walking and we can, yeah, it's awesome. I mean, gosh, I learned so much about jazz every week. I mean, I sell a lot of jazz and I have a good jazz collection. I mean, select people come here for jazz and my customers and talk about stuff, and I'm always listening to stuff, always seeing how it plays. There's a Paul McCartney.
There's the back.
Tom would like it.
Yeah, I got that one, Joe.
I think I have a gray one, a gray cover. That's why I got this. It's a gray one and a light, cream one.
Oh, here, this will make you laugh, Joe. Give me 1 second.
Adam wants to know if I like Buddy Rich. Well, no.
No.
Don't hold back, Doc.
I've got no Buddy Rich albums here. No.
Does this look familiar, Joe?
Oh yeah, sure it does.
All right.
As much as I despise that thing, I still have to get this. Instead, there's another one that has a backing in it or something like that.
Right.
So I got to get the other one.
It's just funny that was part of your blooper video the other day.
What's wrong with We All Stand Together?
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Well, I was trying. Well, so it's subjective. Well, a lot of people don't like the front chorus, but I didn't get a chance because I got interrupted with the video. I didn't really get too much of a chance to really drive home the point that I tried a little bit. I can appreciate when something's a kiddie song. It's not. I didn't want to say too much about Kitty with the stupid copper thing and everything, but I don't know. Like Yellow Submarine. A lot of people say, "Oh, I don't like that song." I said, "It's for kids. It's a kid's song. What do you when you like something, you defend it a certain way, and then you use the same thing against it when you don't like it, whether it's a song or a movie."
There's Tanner.
Hello, Tanner.
We're having a blast, Tanner. Thank you for being part of this, and thanks for joining us on the screen.
Yeah, this is pretty great to watch, but yeah.
Thank you, Tanner.
And hey, Starman. Hey.
Starman.
How you doing?
Yeah.
We came from Atlanta. Yeah. Wow. Cool.
So how's that pricing coming along there, Adam?
You price anything?
Hey, $100. $100. I heard that's all I heard tonight. $100. No,
$200.
There's certain records that I always have to pause and I have to pull the books out and reference and it's almost like one of these come in a week, and so you have to spend so much time because there's so many variations and and then the story, the label variations, the track listings, it just goes
like copies.
Sometimes
I have that one on what's it called, Songs, Pictures, Stories.
Yeah,
I have that. I don't actually have the Introducing the Beatles, the original one anymore. I gave it away. But yeah,
cool.
I need to get around to getting that at some point.
Absolutely, yeah. if nothing more, it's just fun to have them on the wall. And
That's true.
And so a lot of
Krate,
times
you got this one?
I can price them just like that, and other
Yeah,
times
that's it. No, that's fine.
is yours a gatefold, Tom?
Yeah, this one's the actual real copy. With the
The actual.
Wonderful, very good.
Yeah, I think on the label on mine it actually says introducing the Beatles. So
Yeah, this one does say
basically
that.
the same exact album with a different cover.
Right. Yeah.
I'm watching the delay on. I'm trying to do like the Brady Bunch thing, and I'm looking. It shows up on the big screen down here so much after you've done it. I'm trying to look over at everybody. Look down at Tom.
Yes, he did, Star, which is awesome, and so it's good to have Tanner with us. It's good to hear his voice, but a voice with a name, and as well as a face. This is for you, Doc.
Yeah, I've started to collect sheep.
I don't know about that.
To the wall.
Doc has had a little lamb.
You've been growing your hair out like Tanner and Tom.
You notice I didn't. Good.
I had my hair long about 2 years ago, and it's so thick it just doesn't lie like Tom over here his hair does. It's more Afro-ish than Lennon-ish.
I am John Lennon.
Oh.
Final pricing guide. I wish I could trust someone to price records for me, and I could be like, yes. But people comment about the fact that not only have fair prices, but also have records that are in great condition, and the condition meets the price versus the title. So yeah. Anyway,
what have you had any? Oh my God, I can't believe this is here moments.
All the time.
Yeah.
Or what's funny is that you post something on Instagram and then 15 minutes later, hey, I just saw that poster. Where's that record? And records that you and I wouldn't care about, some people love, and some vice versa, and stuff like that. And it's just awesome. It's just amazing.
Well, I'm definitely when I get moved to the east side, I'm gonna definitely come check your stores out. I'm looking forward to it.
And if you go to Maryland, there's wonderful stores up there, and depends on what part of Maryland. If you're in the DC area, there's wonderful stores there, and there's a store that started in Raleigh that made it up to DC. That's over in Virginia now, Alexandria.
Okay.
We have another guest. Oh, I can't add you. I'm going to see what happens if I try to add. The studio limit is 6 people on screens. Please remove someone before we add in another. I'm just reading what it said. Star, I would say that you're up next. If someone flies away.
In the queue.
I can go ahead.
I was supposed to watch. I'm sorry, Tanner. Go ahead.
Tanner,
I was just saying I can go ahead and get out of here, because I just now see that I'm running low on battery here. So.
Oh my stars! I'll be glad when we get totally wireless everything. Well, Tom, it was so good for you to join us tonight. I hope you hang out in the chat and continue hanging out with us.
Yeah, talk to you longer next time.
Try this out, and
cool.
Later, everyone. I'll be going.
Take care, Tanner.
Okay, Tanner.
Bye.
Bye.
See you, Tanner. Hey, get on.
I was trying to kick Tanner out. I was trying to do that. I sabotaged Tanner.
He's just sitting there. Fake his accent.
I ruined it. Oh yeah, I've never done this with Doc before. Hey, Doc.
Wow.
I know. It's a real person.
This is exciting.
The L7 be the greatest thing of all time.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's grab L7.
There he is.
I was not prepared to do this. It just happened. I was here.
And your hair's not getting longer.
I mean, yeah, there. Maybe not.
Just teasing with you. Tom's is getting longer, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I got it cut recently, and it's already grown back almost all the way. So.
That's all.
Do that.
That class.
I'm being very nice and letting Tom get to the facial hair first, because I know how. I just won't.
Yeah, that's for
sure. To the opportunity.
Yeah. So how are things with you, Star?
I'm doing well. How about you?
You do look older. Somebody said. Jill said it. I think.
Oh,
yeah.
Helps if I look in the chat.
There you go.
One of those uncomfortable silences right here.
It must be the headphones. It must be the headphones.
I was supposed to do dishes and laundry, and I didn't do it.
Yeah, all the housework went out the window an hour ago.
Mm-hmm. I'm supposed to put the horses to bed, and I haven't even started.
You're exactly right. We'll get started with this wonderful stuff like this, whether we're playing vinyl or chatting with other people who enjoy vinyl. And next thing we know, time passes by.
So are you officially closed now, Adam?
Yeah. I am. As always, I'm always working, always pricing vinyl.
Yeah, get rid of that hype sticker.
I'm sorry?
I'm just keep teasing with Joe.
Yeah, well, the thing is with these, well, actually, the people always find ways. I know Marv always seems to find a way to slice these in such a way that he keeps.
I've noticed that. How does he do that?
He's just pretty good. He's just learning.
I'll make a video and teach you guys how to do that. But I got this record in. What's today? Yesterday. I got this record in yesterday, and so the shrink was all messed up. It's a new pressing, and so I had to take the shrink all the way off. But when you open it, take this and lay it on your thigh, and go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and the friction will split this, and then you can easily open this, and it's much safer than using a scissors or a razor blade or an X-Acto. All you have to do is just put it on your jeans or khakis or whatever you're wearing, and just do that.
Shorts?
Sir?
What if you're wearing shorts?
Of course, yeah.
Yes.
That's a question I have for anybody that makes video. Does anybody ever sit down with no pants on?
Luckily for you, I'm not turning the camera down.
I got pants on now, though, but I usually don't.
He wears nothing.
Just throwing on a t-shirt.
And he thought I had too much information.
In fact, he's nothing but a t-shirt and a face.
But if you ever forget what you're wearing, then stand up, that's when you're in trouble.
Oh boy, if that ever happens, forget about it.
Watch out.
It will be all sudden.
He's not going to come on. I know that. I know.
This
You never
toilet.
know. What's going on up there, Joe? What's going on up there tonight?
The
You want me
toilet
to
is
try?
just
I'll
flushing.
try.
As he's smoking some marijuana tonight?
No, just the toilet. But the thing is, you can't hear it, right, with this thing. So
Right.
that's why I wear it a lot. Because that was my first concern when we were going to do. I was going to do talk with you guys. I was like, oh man, what's going to happen with the noise? But with this, it drowns it out.
Did they ever invite you to their parties?
No.
Really weird.
And then my stupid landlord, I tell him this sometimes, and he goes, well, maybe you can get a free hit off them. What do you think? You're funny, Come on.
Stupid
Paying $2,200, $2,280 a month for that. It's a lot, very expensive here.
That's crazy what you pay.
Yeah, luckily we split it, but
yeah. I remember when I first moved to Chicago, I had a sticker shock right away. I moved into a box apartment that was probably no bigger than your front room, Joe, and I paid just over $1,000 a month for it, and it was just like a studio. Your bathroom and your kitchen's part of the. There's no wall in between the kitchen and the. It's just one big square, And they want $1,000 for it. I'm like, you got to be out of your mind.
There's a big apartment building next to me.
Mm-hmm.
They pay way more rent than I pay for my retail store. It's just crazy.
Right.
And I think Raleigh's getting close to having New York City rent.
Mm.
oh, really?
But that's if you live downtown,
Right.
And
I'd imagine like the property tax that you would have to pay in like New York would be insane.
Well, so they say it is, but I don't pay it. You know.
Well, I mean, if you have like your own store or whatnot.
I know.
Well, you know, as far as property, the only thing I have to pay property on is my real estate, but
Okay, that's it.
property on what I rent. I do have to report my inventory on my income taxes.
Really?
So I'm taxed in that fashion, but that's only for federal. It's not for state. And then, of course, I have my automobiles. I have property taxes for that, but that's done through the license, you know, the license plate. And but thank God I don't have to pay the real estate for this building.
Right.
And don't forget the cat food.
Lord have mercy, this girl gets the best food in the world.
Homemade cat food.
Gourmet every day. I mean, she's like, I don't like it today, so I have to get her something else tomorrow. You know how cats are.
I had beef today. Get me chicken.
Where's that tuna?
I'm a cat person myself.
Oh, that's
dogs.
Do you have a
dog?
Dogs all the way.
Yeah, everybody's dogs all the way. Wait till I make my video about that. Oh boy, I'm going to be. I can lose like 3/4 of my listeners, viewers.
It'll be the first dislike ever on a joke.
Speaking of the baby girl, here she is. You hear her?
Yeah, thought I heard a little.
Get Lucy. Get Lucy. Come on, Lucy.
Here she comes.
Hey.
She's coming over to say hello.
She's
kitty.
No.
You remember Doc?
Oh, I love kitties.
You remember
just the cat. Say
you
goodbye.
remember Star? And that's Hanada, Ande,
Hanyadi.
Hanyadi, and that's
Gee, I wonder who that one came from.
And Doc has a cat too. Fluffy, I think it's her name.
Muffy.
Fluffy.
Yeah.
That sounded really good quality right there.
Oh, here he goes. He's gonna throw away. He's gonna throw the cat. I like what he does.
Oh no, we're having a cat competition.
Seriously, I don't have a problem with cats. It's just, you know,
I remember Muffy.
Wow.
Yes.
What ad?
Hey, good catch.
Whenever
The acting is impeccable. I don't know how you taught it.
Whenever I see a cat on somebody's lap, it reminds me of the I believe it was the Tonight Show with Jane Fonda, where Jimmy, you know, she's got a cat on her lap and she's petting it, and she asks Johnny if she wants to pet her pussy, and Johnny says, "Yeah, if you move that cat."
Yeah. But who was that? I don't think it was.
I think it was Fonda.
Zsa Gabor?
No, I think it was Fonda.
Jane Fonda.
I think it was Raquel Welch.
Yeah.
Maybe that's on YouTube. If you find it, send me a link. Hey, Starman, Adam has a question of you.
Oh, I see. It's the one down there. I can point to that.
Oh, it's up there.
Do you want me to answer the question? Because it's a very boring answer.
Oh, please do. We love them all.
All right. So, I needed a name for the account. And I was probably at the height of my Bowie phase. I was like, it's got to have a Bowie song. So I picked the most obvious one that everyone knows. And I put my name out there.
But I have the better name.
It's not a competition.
Yes, it is.
This boy getting offended at me. Let me tell you.
It's a Beatles name competition.
You don't have a Beatles name.
Oh, no, I don't.
Oh,
well.
Starman, you have a good channel, but what's your favorite video that you've made so far?
Well, seeing as I haven't made any, none of them.
Ooh.
Really?
I mean, I have videos just of people's songs that other people hadn't put up or weren't the same that I put. So,
well, very cool.
Yeah.
Anthony, I think that bird is starting to sing in my ear. Believe me, nobody knows what that means, but I think the bird is starting to sing to me, Anthony. That's when the bird gets in my noggin. Take a day off.
Take a day off. If you need that, let me know. I'll get one for you, Joe.
Call in.
Please, it's an important task to do at Record Crate. I mean, I'm still waiting for a Starman video. I'm sure it will be great.
So is Starman, let me tell you.
I'll give you $5 to do it right now.
Well, maybe I'm getting confused because you do a lot of Instagram videos, and so yes.
Yeah.
Those are good. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm very active, more or less, on my records CDs themed account on Instagram. That's about the extent it's gotten so far.
I like some songs by Green Day. Somebody's asking.
I do not like Green Day. I just don't like Green Day. Just don't.
Wait
I like
until
a few.
September comes. It's my favorite.
I like Green Day before they got signed.
What's the one I like the best? That one about I Walk or whatever.
Oh, I
I
walk.
walk the only road. A bad scene.
There's another one I like too. Is there another one?
Oh, don't
think
say
it's
the best time of your life.
Blue-
I can't stand that song.
Boulevard of Broken Dreams, something like that.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
American
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
I like Working Class Hero.
Oh yeah.
By David Bowie.
You know, there's some bands that
Hey,
I've
man, the Tin Machine cover is really good. Don't kid about that.
So excited.
Alright. Just found you, Starman, on Instagram. I'll check you out.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome very much.
Starman. I didn't
I
even
have
look
a
to see.
little bit of Cure.
Oh, hey Doc, do you got the Cure?
Got a little bit. You know, like greatest hits, whatever.
There you go. Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Boulevard of Broken
I knew. I just wanted to see who could figure it out. That's all I wanted to do.
There you go.
You want to know who's there, though?
There's another song I like.
No,
but it's-
Please tell me the answer. I'm dying to hear this.
What's better than Green Day or this
Yeah.
bird? The bird, with the or the entire Birds box set? No.
Anybody
What's
get
this
that?
band? This totally other unrelated band.
Anybody get that Mega 1999 Prince box set, CD set?
I did come up. I'm not really a Prince guy. I like one Prince stuff.
I can't
brought
believe
it
they had
remember.
enough material to make it that big.
Yeah, there's plenty. There's 2 CDs that never released material that are okay. They're not bad.
They just keep coming out with stuff. It just never ends.
Exactly. Now that is the cash grab what the family members are doing to his stuff.
Yeah. He should have destroyed it before he died.
Yeah, because you know when that's going to happen, right?
I mean, what? True, but at the same time, he never wanted it released.
That's my point. That's what I'm trying to say. Is this is like the true definition of a cash grab?
Yeah, there's at least a few demos in that new Bowie box set that he did not want out.
Right.
At least
Right. I mean, he's dead. His family now owns the rights to his music, and they're just, it's a free for all now.
Everything's a cash grab.
It's
Everything.
Mm.
I'd like to see some George stuff surface.
Mm-hmm. Where's Early Takes Volume 2? It's been what, 8 years?
I talked
Goddamn time.
I talked to Jim Birkenstein about that, who was like the historian for Joe Turner.
He's the one who wrote that book about
the lost Beatle, the Beatle Who Vanished. It's a great book. And I asked him, I said, was that a mistake calling it volume 1? And he just kind of giggled and chuckled, and he goes, yeah, he doesn't see in the foreseeable future a volume 2. So
yeah.
They're terrible, those Harrisons. They really are with that stuff. I'm telling you.
It's great, but it's only 10 songs.
it is. It's phenomenal stuff.
I just, as much as I liked the image, it doesn't fit any of the material from that era,
Right.
which makes me question, even though it ties in with the living in the material world. Like,
Exactly.
I understand
That's
the
right.
point.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is
It's
it?
from when they made Help. The song started in 1970,
Right.
It's a great picture, though.
They should have done it more
Yeah.
like the Imagine John Lennon soundtrack. I remember, where from 1988, where it was just his whole, songs from his whole career.
Bye, Tanner.
Bye-bye, Tanner. I'm
Yeah.
sorry I kicked you out. It wasn't intentional.
No more autographs. No more
The
autographs.
one time we got Tanner in here, and I was the guy responsible for getting him out of here. Oh, my God.
I'm looking down here. Isn't there a clear vinyl of that? I'm looking down here. I'm just seeing Tom showing it now. That one. Yeah. Is there a clear? There's a clear vinyl on that. I think.
There's a clear version. There's a few other versions, but I know there's a clear version.
Okay.
That's a good album for clear.
I can go on Discog right now and just check.
Oh man, I wish it was earlier.
Yeah.
In response to Adam, I think of cash grabbing every day. I dream of cash. Just send money. Just
Yeah, we have the fan club. Make a donation.
yeah.
My videos are cash grabs. I did a cash grab. This video I just made tonight's a cash grab. And I'm thinking now I'm going to do unboxing for every one of these individual videos.
No, mine
Cash
is.
grab per video.
There's the black version. There's a clear version. There's a blue vinyl.
Ah. I didn't realize that this was on vinyl until I found it last month.
Interesting.
Speaking of colored vinyl, Joe, do you have Elvis Presley? What's his blue record called?
Moody
Blue Christmas?
Yeah, Moody Blue. Do you have that on green vinyl?
Not on green. I have a blue one, but the blue is the common one, right?
Yeah. I've never seen a green in person. I've never seen a black in person.
Yeah, I heard it's the black one that's rare on that.
Yeah, yeah. And
look who's here.
Understand that.
Invisible Ray.
Oh, there goes the neighborhood. Hey.
That looks a little premeditated.
I can pull my pillow over here. I can pull my pillowcase off.
Hello, Ray.
What are you doing?
I'm doing homework. I got to be productive.
Can we help you?
If you'd like to help me get through this giant world history textbook, I'm 700 pages in. I've got about 300 left.
2 + 2 = 5. Done.
Thank you. That was very helpful. I'll make sure to tell all my college teachers that when I get there.
There you go.
They're going to be so impressed with how much I learned.
I would like to have a DACA's t-shirt too, and a Mayo shirt. And
yeah, those t-shirts, I'm really going to try to work on them. And in fact, I may. I don't know I don't know how long it takes to do those things. I know Tom's got t-shirt for 2 legs at least, but I want to get it done for the Beetle Fest if possible. But,
you can get them done locally, or you can just do a third party where they print and ship like a drop ship. Or if you needed something fast, you could do an iron-on using your printer.
Oh, I'd rather do them in go in person too. That's another thing. I mean, I'm old-fashioned like that. You know, my girlfriend's telling me I want to get business cards, and she's telling me, "Oh, you can just do that on the computer. You just take your design, put it on, and they send it to you that way." I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and if you need stickers, go to Sticker Mule.
Sticker Mule.
Sticker Mule.
Yeah, Sticker Mule.
Oh my God, he's got that. Oh, I'm looking down here. He's got the bag over here. He doesn't. God. I keep looking here. It's a bigger screen down here.
Yeah.
Phone up here.
Got to get to work. Have fun at work, Ray.
Have fun, Ray. Bloody hell.
He's working with his bag on his head.
Actually, I should get going too because
just remember there are people who have to dress up as mascots and do that for a living.
Yeah.
Doc's got to go.
Yeah, I have to be up at 5:30 in the morning.
I know you've got some cattle to take care of.
But this has been an incredible experience being with all you guys, and
it's great, Doc, having you.
And I'd like to thank Joe especially for his support.
Am I looking the right way? Am I looking the right way?
Other way, Joe.
Oh,
other way.
Other way. There you go.
Thank you, Doc, very much. It was nice seeing you.
All right, goodbye, Doc. Good night.
All right.
Take care, boys.
All right.
Yeah, buddy.
What a fun guy he is. He's a goofball.
Oh, yeah.
A goofball in a good way.
It's fun. So there's another spot available. Adam, would you like to join us? And of course, Kemba, you're always welcome as well.
We need Kimba. We need Kimba.
Yeah, if you guys need room, I'll hop out and I'll just watch.
No, we went to. Oh, look down here! Damn it!
We got to help you with your homework, Star.
All right, if you can help me about the British imperialism in India.
Probably, I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay either. So I'll be joining it, but I got to pick my girlfriend up in an hour. I like to have a little time.
Oh, okay, I understand. Well, thanks for stopping by. It was good hanging out.
Well, yeah, I'm going to say talk. I mean, I want to stay on for all night, but I'm looking at this footage of me pointing at Doc Soul. All right, everybody. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely.
And let's do it again very soon.
Absolutely. Enjoy listening to your records.
I shall. CDs. I'll break those CDs out.
Oh, they're
All
all
I need-
CDs.
No autographs.
Well, the records, yeah, but the ones for the archives. But the only one I need now, I think, is Red Rose Speedway. I think that's the only one I need. I got Wildlife coming in the mail, and I've got I keep saying Rock Show, Wings Over America coming too.
Yeah. Well, you got time for Retro Speedway. I mean, if you want to, I mean, it's
Yeah.
not going to go out of print anytime soon. So.
That thing is still $177. Woof.
Yeah. Well,
Still
I'm sure.
Even go down to like even 115, or something.
Well, you know, the secret is the day it comes out on available to pre-order. You got to pre-order it early because that's usually when they'll have the one of the best deals for its complete run of pre-order. I mean, I pre-ordered it at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I got it very, very cheaply.
Really?
Yeah, I think I saved like $50.
No, I don't have any choice for. I mean, from now on, being on the show, the talk show, I have to, because Flaming Pie, I want to have it. I got to have it when it's released. Well, before we have to be able to listen to it for a while first.
Right. True.
Before we talk about
$74.
it. All right. So anyway, folks, have a good one, everybody.
Back at you, man. Good to see you.
Starman, thanks for being here. Tom,
Bye.
and Adam. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Who's next?
Oh,
Who's next?
back to a fabulous floor again.
What was that?
Who's
What
next?
was the name of the one he wanted?
Robert O'Reilly. That's what.
Roseway Speedway?
Yeah, Red Rose Speedway box set.
Red Road Speedway.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see if it's available with my distributor.
Ah. Yeah, I mean, it was just released last year.
Last year.
Thrillingtons is available. I can order
I wanted to buy that, and I never got around to it.
Burlington's a reissue, so
Yeah.
that came out what 3 years ago, I think.
Oh my gosh. They're out of the 3D, 3 CD, 2 DVD, and Blu-ray Red Rose Speedway.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
They'll get more in stock.
I just want to know when Abbey Road is going to go out of print. I don't think they made as many of these as they did the other ones.
I would be surprised if they've already finished printing them. Pressing and
Yeah.
Talking about the box set or just the the vinyl or just everything?
The Super Deluxe.
the deluxe, the super deluxe.
Well, I know they did another pressing on the singles collection, and that was supposed to be a limited run.
I still can't believe they actually had the audacity to do that. I think that was a little bit much.
Yeah, I agree.
$200.
I agree with you.
$200. Too much money.
Kim, I work with dozens of distributors, and it's always best if I can buy directly from the.
I mean, I know obviously vinyl's pretty big again, and I'm a little more of a CD guy, but it's everything you get on like One and Passmasters. You could be in and out for the same stuff for like under $30. I don't feel the need to have it in some nice picture sleeves for $200+.
Right.
Yeah, I do buy from Alliance, Kimba, but they're so funny. They're so funny, and there's so many, we still have problems with the distribution chain. So,
did you ever get any of those Record Store Day Black Friday stuff that you never got at the time?
some of it came in a week later, 2 weeks later, and some of it never came.
Was it like the Dave Matthews one that came out late?
Yeah, it came out late, and it was poor time, and it's on the wall behind me.
Mm.
I have one copy left, and but it's okay when the right Dave Matthews person. I haven't even put it online. I might throw it up online soon.
Yeah, there must be enough people. They were pretty top of that on vote for the 2020 nominees.
Yeah. Hey, folks, here's Adam.
Well, with them,
Oh, hello.
Hey,
Hello, Adam, how are you?
that's Sergeant Pepper.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to be a Sergeant Pepper too?
I would.
but
Yeah, I like the Frank Zappa Sergeant cover.
we're
And
only here for the moon.
yeah, and then there's so many of those parodies of that record, which is cool.
Thanks for letting me join.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for coming hanging out with us.
Right.
Appreciate that. Appreciate all the cool questions. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, what was the secret to opening your store a few years ago?
I didn't have a secret. I just didn't have any money, and I had a desire to do something.
Right. That's cool.
And did
It was fun. It's fun, but it's more work than I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, but,
It really is. I think I work less on the farm. But yeah, yeah, it's lots of work. But you know, So 6 years, but of those 4 years was also the time I had so many eye problems that everything's a blur. Pardon the pun. So are you a vinyl person, Adam?
Yes, I have some vinyl here. I have some parts of my dad's collection, but I consumed some of his, and now I collect too. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I have a lot of CDs more than records though.
Was he okay with you taking his vinyl?
Yes, yeah, he donated them to me basically.
Oh, okay.
That is cool. It's good that a lot of parents are passing it on.
Right. Keeps the physical media aspect of it alive.
Oh, I love physical media all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, yeah, that's what it's all about.
Right.
You know what it was?
I think there's going to be a CD revival. I'm calling it now. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I
agree about it. Star.
Yeah, we talked about it
with the Birds box set.
Yeah.
Within the next 10 years, I think there's going to be a CD revival.
Absolutely.
I hope so.
No.
How do you think that's going to affect the vinyl?
No, I think. Listen, I do both. When all these damn box sets come out, I get the vinyl and I get the CDs.
Bless your heart. I couldn't do that if I tried.
Yeah.
Well,
I usually do with the CD copy. Yeah.
I bring very little CDs into the shop. Most 99% of my CD selection is pre-owned.
Well, I mean, if you being a businessman, if the vinyl's the hot thing right now, then go with it until otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
In my store is a ton of CDs.
Yeah, I know. I've taken 2 of them already.
Well, where's your store, Tom?
What was that?
Where's your store?
Out in Long Island, at Amityville.
Oh, okay, so you're in New York?
Yeah.
And I called them up and bought 2 things from them already.
Is it scary to go to that record store? Tom, is it scary to go to that record store?
Who are you talking with? Oh.
I'm sorry, Tom Vinyl Fact. Is it scary to go to that record store?
Is it scary to go to the record store?
Yeah, the one in Amityville.
I get you now.
Right here.
I watched that movie and I had trouble going to sleep.
Really?
We joke about that all the time. All the time.
Have you been by that house?
No.
Why would
literally you enter the town with the sun, you just drive down and the store's right there. So I've never been past the store.
Well.
Wow. Yeah. Good for you. Is that Looney Tunes?
We have one out here, yeah. That's a good store.
Is that pretty good to an Amityville?
I don't know if it's in Amityville, but it's definitely near High Fidelity.
Okay.
Where I go.
You go to High Fidelity.
Yeah, that's near Joe's store. So.
Champions of vinyl.
Breakfast champions.
I was able to get a great Japanese CD copy of the 67 Kings live album from them. It's like one of my favorite pieces in my collection.
Oh.
I'm so happy they had it because I couldn't even find the regular British one, so I even got the Japanese one on top of that.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
Tom gave me a good contact on that one.
Oh, that's cool. Wow, that's cool. And they shipped it right to you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so cool. I like it when things like that happen. Some stores are afraid to ship.
That's why I don't really buy vinyl online. I think I've done it like a handful of times with like used vinyl. Never really do vinyl either.
Yeah. Chemist says Amityville. Own it. I love that movie. I loved it too, Jill, and it was crazy. It bothered me when I watched that movie.
It's a CD.
You know what?
It's a box.
The first scariest thing I ever saw. Maybe
it's a packet, really.
You probably remember this, Adam, but I was 5 when I first saw it, and I don't know how or when I saw it, or why I was watching it, but it was the trilogy of terror. With the little African doll that comes to life when the necklace comes off of it.
I don't think I saw that one.
Oh, yeah, it was like a made-for-TV movie back in the late 70s. With Karen Black was in all three of these short films. And the last one, there was this African doll that came to life once the necklace came off of it. And it just terrorized her and ended up possessing her at the end. And there's like a great scene where she called her mom and her mom's coming over. So Karen Black has a knife in her hand. And she's just like kneeled down on the floor. She's taking a knife and pounding it on the floor and turning it. And just, you got that evil look on her face and just waiting for her mom to walk through the door. Terrorized me as a kid, man.
I bet it did. It sounds terrorizing. Yeah. But I love a good horror movie, that's for sure. And I just don't see very much of it.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Abbott and Costello horror movies?
I don't think I've ever seen any of the Abbott and Costello. I mean, maybe when I walked through the living room, my parents were watching something, but yeah.
Right.
I only have Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein.
Oh, cool.
I think it was cool when Walmart used to offer dollar DVDs, and it was all the public domain stuff, like where there was a zombie, and the zombie was almost like a housekeeper, and Carnival of Souls and stuff like that.
Oh, I love Carnival. Carnival of Souls is part of the Criterion Collection.
Yeah, I bet it looks better than it does on live.org.
Looks excellent since it was released on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I bet so. Gosh, yeah. And so I have friends who have film prints of movies, 16 millimeter. And,
right.
And so I could imagine if they got hold of some film prints that they could make some very good stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Adam, are you in the United States?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Would you kick him out if he wasn't in the United States?
No,
he lives in Canada. Oh no.
Just wondering how things were in his part of the country, wherever that would be. If he was in.
Do you got record stores where you are, Adam?
Yeah, I have a few. I think it's a chain. I'm not sure. I've only been there once or twice.
What's it called?
I can't remember the name of it offhand.
Okay.
We have about 8 around me.
What's that?
We have about 8 record stores around
wow.
in my area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah. I think
pretty much every single one you see in Joe's videos, I've been to. So.
Okay.
Yeah, in Raleigh, where there's 3 independent record stores and there's lots of grandma galleries, grandma.
Does that count you, Adam? Really? No.
Say what? Yeah, it counts.
Does that count you?
So it's me, Sorry State. Oh, there's 4. Me, Sorry State, School Kids, and Nice Price. And then there's some like antique stores that has stuff. Haunted. I love that movie. Yeah.
I'm very gracious because the one that's near me specializes in CDs, even though they have vinyl and some cassettes. They actually are mostly CDs more than.
Wow. Yeah. And School Kids, they have a lot of CDs. They really do. They have a good selection too.
Yeah. So I must have saw a re-showing of that Trilogy of Terror then, because I would have been 2 in 75. So I had to have seen it. They must have aired it again in like 78 or 79 when I saw it.
Wow. Wow. That's cool. I don't think I've seen it. Maybe I can find it on YouTube.
There he is now. Talking horror.
You too like that, right, y'all? What?
Oh man,
I like a good horror film, but I'm not one of that likes the gross just to be gross stuff. Like the Hellraisers and stuff like that.
I remember the first time I saw a horror film. I was sitting down. I was about like 6 years old, and Ringo fell to the floor, and there was that tiger. I was like, "Oh my god, this guy's gonna die." and then the Beethoven, and then he was all right. Man, I was so scared. You have no idea.
Got it on standby.
There you go.
Yeah, I have it over there. I'm not gonna grab it, but I can see it from here.
Oh,
weird. I never watched this movie, so I have to watch this.
What would have been funny is every time he was in trouble in that movie, if he just like started screaming help.
The knife under the door. Wow.
Yeah, that's it was the last segment in that. It was 3 short films, and that was the last one.
I'm gonna have to see if I can find this. Oh, hold on a second. Take an image of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the first two are stupid, but yeah, that last one with that little African wooden doll that comes to life, just I didn't watch another scary movie until I was like 18,
Ooh.
which ended up being Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one, which I don't think is that scary. That first Nightmare on Elm Street. You know which one I was really disappointed with when I saw it? I was like, it was Halloween night, like 2004 or 5, and I'm like, okay, I'm finally gonna watch the original Halloween. I watched it, and I was totally disappointed with it. I thought it was lame.
Wow. Yeah. I like that period, like in the late 70s, early 80s of horror movies. I think it was really cool. And I'm probably way off with the dates, but like Halloween and
Yeah.
for Friday the 13th.
3D.
Exorcist is my favorite.
The Exorcist was good. Yeah. Yeah.
It's probably the scariest horror film my dad's ever seen.
Mm.
What do you think, Tom? What do you think of The Evil Dead? Have you seen that one?
Oh, yeah.
I have not seen those yet, but I know
Oh,
Bruce
yeah.
Campbell's in them.
Yeah,
So they better be good.
Yeah, the second one is Evil Dead 2. I saw that when I was, I think, when I started watching scary movies again. I think I caught that one, and then I remember seeing Army of Darkness in the theater when that came out.
Yeah. There was I was teaching, and a parent said, "You like horror movies? Here's one." And they gave me a DVD copy of a movie called Dead Birds.
Mm.
And I still think about that movie a lot. It's
I remember going into the video stores back in the the mid to late 80s, and just being terrified of that horror section because the covers of those those VHSs, some of them were pretty scary.
Children of the Corn.
What's that?
Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
Children of the Corn.
Oh, I gotta watch The Omen too. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that first Omen's really good too.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, I have that first Omen movie.
Yeah, I know when I first got that emptied that store, the horror was some of the fastest selling ones I had.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I probably got about 8,000 over my warehouse. I need to sneak over and bring some more DVDs over here, and and put them out for sale. I think I'll let this 10 movies for $3 happen a little longer before I do that.
Right. Like, I don't think I could watch any of those torture horror movies, like the Saw movies or anything like that. I have no interest in seeing those at all.
The Hills Have Eyes or something.
I heard that was pretty messed up. Yeah, the original. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I watched that. It was no.
Mm.
I want to. Scare me. I don't want to see Sawyer.
Yeah, I've only seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre once, and that scared me enough to where I'll never want to see it again.
Yeah. I don't think I saw that all the way through. I was like, But that's the cool thing about DVD and VHS and Blu-ray. You can turn it off.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't have to get out of the
4K and 4K.
I'm not even kidding. I remember I got on YouTube back when I was like only 6 or 7, before YouTube became what it is now. And I decided I was going to watch the full Sgt. Pepper's movie with the Bee Gees and Peter Frampton.
Oh, no.
I think I turned it off after about 5 minutes. That mean Mr. Mustard, he scared me to death. And I have not watched it since. Obviously, I later found out how bad it's obviously supposed to be, but I've still never watched it since. Just on that pretense alone.
Right.
Though Brinley, it's not as bad as all this in World War II, though.
Hey, that's a great movie. Nothing at all says Japanese bombers like Leo Sayer doing "I Am the Walrus." Change my mind.
Oh, I haven't heard him do that.
You don't want to, trust me.
What's the song that Robin Gibb does on?
Oh, Darling, I think.
Yes, I really like that.
I have the single of that on Columbia somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I don't know why. It was like $1. It was like mint. I was like, all right, it can't be that bad.
It was bad.
Little
did I know.
I'm with you, Jill. I can't do the Saw either.
Saw's pretty brutal. I've never watched
Yeah.
it, but I've heard it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, forget that. What's the other one too? The like the hotel in the hotel or
Jaws 3D though.
Jaws 3D. Oh, listen, man, tell me about it. Jaws 4 was even. Jaws 4 was.
Bates Motel.
Yeah, is that it?
The TV show?
Oh, you said the one with the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Psycho.
Psycho. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
The
Oh,
Shining.
yeah, The Shining's a great one too. I can't wait to see Doctor Sleep. Actually, I'm gonna pick that up.
They went to number 14. Oh, very cool.
Oh, far. What was that?
You know what it's
Was that
called
in
in
the UK, Jill? Though?
Oh, darling, if you leave me. Yeah, I thought it was a horror movie, Jill. I'm sorry.
Number 14.
Yeah, number 14. Yeah, I
was that here in the States or in the UK that I went 14? I wonder.
I bet it was here.
By the way, I should say, I don't know how, but there are actually like 2 people who actually got the full All This in World War II movie on YouTube. If anyone wants to see it and decide they don't love it, like everybody else did. That's what Mr. Vinyl Shack and I did, and L7. We just like briefly watched it, about 15 minutes throughout the movie.
We should ask Woody if he wants to do stuff tonight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he mailed out my package. I'm very excited.
Oh, U.S. Okay.
U.S. She said U.S.
Yep.
Wow, cool. That's totally cool. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, I think I'm gonna wind it down. I got to get out of here.
Oh yeah, and you just hit 3 hours at that too. So you hit
oh my
3 hours, 1 minute, 18 seconds, 19 seconds, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
It was nice meeting you guys. Thanks a lot.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'll probably reach my limit by the month. It's okay. I plan to do a premium because this is so beneficial, and it's also a time that I can, aside from tonight, it's cool to hang out with people, which I always love to do, but it's also it's a time for me to price records, and you can be very productive and share things with everybody. Plus, it's cool to hang out with everybody, but get everybody doing that.
Cool. Hopefully, one day in the near future, I'll walk through those doors and buy something from you.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd love to come and shop there.
Yeah. Good to see you, Tom. Good to see you, Tom. Good to see you, Adam. Thanks for popping by.
Thank you for having us.
Kimba and Joe and Doc and Anthony and
Marv.
Marv.
Marv disappeared.
And L7, wherever he may be.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So that's totally cool. But Jill, oh, it was epic. Thank you, Kim. It's always good to hear encouraging words from you. I appreciate that. And Jill says, great chat and enjoy seeing all. Yes, it was very good. So, hey guys, thank you so much, guys and girls.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.